Uh-oh. What is up with my sources here? Oh no. That's not cool. Give me 1 second, because it looks like our sources got messed up. There we go.
I think we're live right now.
We are live right now.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. There we go. No, the vertical sources got mixed up because I forgot that I was using these sources for uh what were we playing? Split Fiction to share our faces. So they got mixed up. But anyways, what is up everyone and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 128. I'm your host James and I'm joined by the Dress Fear Master, the dominant himself, Bryant.
Live from the hell, which is online retailers' digital cues.
And Phaneckswhy, the fanboy himself with that gorgeous looking Chrono Trigger shirt.
What's up? What's up? I'm tired.
I almost bought that shirt. I was thinking about it, but I was
Where's
like,
that
I have
shirt
so
from?
many already, I can't do it.
It's Chrono
It's
Trigger.
from the Yeti.
It's from
Oh, it's from
Yeti.
Yeti too? Oh,
I just ordered another one.
which one?
I just ordered the pink Sailor Moon one because I thought that was cool.
There was a Sailor Moon
Oh,
one
nice.
already?
From Yeti?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I should really do a deep dive and see everything that they have. All I know that I want
Dude,
is their base shirt. Their base shirt is so cool, but for $40, I don't know about that. Like,
We should have a sponsorship with all the shirts I have. Or, I mean, I have a ton, but I know Fan has some too. But like, I have a new shirt every week from them. It's like, if we like drop their name, like they should, I don't know, they should hook us up.
yeah.
So I have another shirt coming tomorrow. It's a Final Fantasy VII,
Mhm.
and it's like all the characters are running out from God, what's his name? Don Cornejo or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is there
like-
wearing like Cloud's wearing the dress and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. I almost bought that one.
Yeah. So I bought
Brian,
that one.
double check your mic because I think your mic has defaulted to the AirPods mic instead of your.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it doesn't
Kinda
sound as
sounds like
clear.
Oh, indeed. Oops. There we go. How about now?
A lot better.
Yeah, that sounds better.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, now you got full vocal range. You sound real.
Could you understand me before at least?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean
good, okay.
it's clear. It's just that it has no lows. Now this brings in
Okay.
your lows, so your voice
Okay.
sounds real.
Because I made a really good funny at the beginning about the digital lines that we were dealing with last night. I
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that came in loud and clear, so I'm
No,
glad it did.
it came in loud and clear.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, there's we got quite a few things to talk on the list. We are definitely going to talk about the craziness that was the pre-order experience last night. I did live stream it, and Brian
Last
and Fan
night
were there.
freaking early
as
this
well.
morning, man.
True, it was early this morning.
true.
That's right, it was this morning. And we're gonna discuss Expedition 33. I think me and Brian,
Yes.
did you get a chance to play it? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So I think me and you are the only
Hey,
ones that got to play it. Fan, you haven't picked it up yet, right?
No, I assume it's on Game Pass and on Steam right now.
Yeah,
so
it is on Game Pass and on Steam.
I was
It's-
debating about renewing my Game Pass
Mhm.
subscription just so I can play it and see if I want to buy it.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather spend $10 1 month to try the game out versus $50-$60 and
Yeah.
ended up not liking it.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I mean on Greenman Gaming it's $35, I think. Yeah, $35 or something like that. I know that. I think that's what I got it for.
Super
but
good deal.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a $50 game, so $15 off. Not a bad deal at all. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive in and start talking with some small news. Starting off with.
Did you see Ash popped in, by the way?
I did see Ash popped in. I was waiting for his
Okay.
camera to go live before I
Okay.
introduce him. Yeah, we had.
There he is.
There he is.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, I had
Ash is
to
in.
adjust. So, yeah,
Nice.
my bad. I was like logged in with work stuff, so my bad.
Oh,
All good.
all good, all good. Your camera seems fuzzy. I don't know. It was like a lower resolution.
I am actually streaming off of my MacBook.
Oh, okay,
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and start with some small news. Oblivion got shadow dropped this week. A lot of people were excited about it. It was already leaked. I want to say quite some time ago. The Oblivion remaster was coming, And yeah, it came out, looks great, like a good looking remake, definitely or remaster rather, like improved graphics everywhere. Overall, there's some stuff they added. I saw somebody sharing a screenshot where I think it was Sack Chief, where you can see the tallest mountain in Skyrim from Oblivion, where before that wasn't even in the map at all, which is kind of cool. You can't go there because you're in a different area, but you can see that mountain in Skyrim. I'm not a Bethesda guy, so I did not get it. Did anybody else here pick it up at all?
No, and that's another reason why I was going to get my Game Pass so I could just download it and play it through Game Pass because I didn't want to spend $50-$60 and end up not liking the game.
Yeah.
See, I had the same idea, almost similar idea, but that was for Expedition 33. So far, I'm loving the game so far.
Oh, you got a chance to play it? Cool. We're gonna talk about that in a bit.
Wait,
There. But nobody picked up Oblivion. I
No, it
guess-
was the worst kept secret in the gaming industry, and
Yeah.
it looks beautiful, but I've never been able to get into Fallout or Elder Scrolls, much to my chagrin, because everybody else seems to love it, kind of with the similar way, like everybody loves the Souls games. And I just can't get into them.
Mhm.
It looks gorgeous though. Like if I were into it, I'd be super stoked. So among us, who is into those games? Fan, you're into those games?
I am.
I've never played
pro-
Skyrim, Elder
Okay, I thought
Scrolls,
you-
like I've
okay.
never played any of those. No.
I play Oblivion and Skyrim. Did I finish them? No, because there's so much to do in those games. So it's just hard to, beat those games because you just get so sidetracked so damn easily. So, but yeah, I love those kinds of games. So
I wonder, like, what the consensus is in that community. If like Oblivion's better than Skyrim or vice versa, or kind of like what the status of those games are.
the thing is I've been seeing a lot is that people will first get into Skyrim, and then when they discover Oblivion, then they realize how bad Skyrim is compared to Oblivion. It's always that discovery type of deal, which I find it hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I've told you guys my story. I've tried to get into Skyrim so many times on PS3, on Xbox 360, then again on PS4 and Xbox One, then again on on PS5, on Xbox Series X. I tried again. I even on PC, like I tried my best to get into it. I put mods in it. I'm just like, it's just not my cup of tea. A lot of things I don't like. I don't like the combat. I think the combat is boring. Outside of playing an archer, which everywhere I look at, everybody says the same thing, like an archer is the best way to go. But like at that point, you're playing a first person shooter. You're not playing, an RPG with swords and shields. So yeah, that was my really big thing about it. That and I don't know, for me personally, I just didn't care much about the world. But again, that's just me personally when it comes to that. Last week, I don't remember. Did we even bring up Last of Us the season 2 at all? I don't think we talked about it at all, right?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I didn't want to talk about it today because I don't remember us bringing it up at all. Last of Us season 2 did come out 2 weeks ago now. At this point, is it 2 weeks? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I think
episode 2.
I think we talked about it a little bit because I remember Fan was talking about how he was going to start streaming it to go along with the show. So I think we did
True,
maybe touch on it
we
very
did say,
briefly.
yeah, we did say that. Has everybody here
Mhm.
watched the first 2 episodes?
I have.
I have not.
You have
I've only
not?
watched episode 1. I've only
Okay.
played up through episode 1. So I have not.
Okay. Well, never mind. I was gonna have us.
I was going to do
talk
that
about-
tomorrow. I was going to do it tomorrow because,
Well,
Episode 2 is
I-
10 out of 10 television, in my opinion.
yeah, I
mean,
agree.
I can with how episode 1 ended, I can imagine what episode 2 is going to be. So
So my
Maybe
thing,
I
this
don't
is
know.
not a
You don't think you
spoiler.
can?
This is not a spoiler for what I'm gonna say, but my thing so far, and I hope they continue this route, is my issue with season 1 of Last of Us was not enough fighting with the infected, right? So
Mm.
far, season 2, there's a lot of fighting with the infected so far. And I'm liking it, and I hope we get more of that. Just because I mentioned this like last year or the year before that, whenever we talked about Last of Us 1, is that one of the things that got me into Last of Us was really the infected part. I didn't care about the human on human combat. That's kind of the reason I dropped off from Walking Dead. Was it went from zombie versus human to human and on human, with zombies being like side characters, and I'm just like,
Window
yeah,
dressing.
yeah, exactly. It's like, what's the point of that? So, Last of Us 1 was kind of like, okay, we had what, the first two episodes? I think it was the same thing. First two episodes was a lot effective, and after that, it was just like down. Then we had like one more episode later on, and then that's it. And I was just like, come on, really?
Yeah,
So,
the big
Ep-
ones was the beginning,
mhm.
the
Mhm.
first one within the second episode, at that library or whatever they're at.
Yeah, the second one was
Um,
with the clickers.
yeah, and
And
then the second fight was at the town when you
which
got
is
to
like,
see the big boomer
Right.
yeah, which is like episode what,
come out of the
5 or
ground.
6 or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that was the thing. Like
Yeah.
this so far they've done a really good job. Like episode 1, um, that's the one where Ellie went into the town, right? And then she
yep,
dropped
into the
down. Okay,
supermarket.
yeah.
Yeah,
So like that was awesome. Like with the little like kid thing. I forgot what it's called. It reminded me of something. I was trying to remember.
You're talking about the
There's
one that she
the
ended up
smart,
saying like, "Come
the
on,
s-
come
yeah,
at me."
yeah,
yeah,
the
the
smart one.
smart one.
It reminded me of something else though. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it was. The dressing looked like that. Has anybody here watched dude, what is it called? Remember, I can't remember the name. There's this other TV show
The
that
TV show?
yeah, there's these little kids that looked exactly like that. And I was like, man, is this the same like costume director or whatever? Because outside of like the fungus thing, it looked exactly like the creature there. Dang, I can't remember what the name of it is. Um, hmm. It's on what is it on? Shoot, now be I'll find it later on after the podcast and talk about it so we don't get hung up over that. But yeah, so far I'm
Is it
liking
that
it.
I just
other
like
vampire like show on FX?
No, no, I don't think it's FX. It might be FX. It's a show where these guys they go it's like a bunch of people they go into this town, and they can't leave the town. So once they're inside that town, once they're inside
have some
that
fun with the
town,
effects.
they try to leave but they can't. When they try leaving, they kind of go in circles, but at night
Nice.
these monsters like come out at night.
Under the
And
dome?
no, it's not under the dome.
I'm trying to think of what other shows out there where like you can't leave a town.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know if it's FX or if it's not AMC. Um,
Ash, quit having so much fun over there.
you gotta do, if you do 2 thumbs up, it's
From?
fireworks. Yes, From. There we go. That's what it is.
Mm.
Have you watched From yet?
No.
That sounds cool.
I would highly
But
recommend watching
with how
From.
you explained it,
Mhm.
I remember a commercial because the I think the dad was from he also was the dad in Lost.
Okay.
Like he was in the TV show Lost.
Yeah.
I think.
I think
But I've seen a
you are
couple
right.
commercials
I've
for
never
it.
I've never seen Lost, but I think you are right because somebody else has brought it up and said the same thing. But it is From for sure.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. It's really good. Season 1 is good. Season 2 was kind of but then season 3 got really good. Again. So and then of course it left at like a cliffhanger like every season does. So hopefully they continue it. But it's really good. Highly recommend it if you like horror type shows. That first episode kind of sucks you in because it's creepy. So
I
but
like
yeah.
that
Yeah, go ahead.
episode 2 had like kind of like a Helm's Deep-esque thing. Like it had like the Last of Us version of the Battle of Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings in episode 2, which is pretty cool.
Well, don't spoil it for Fan. He hasn't
It's
seen
not
that.
really a spoiler.
I mean, that kind of gets in your head. Now
Hey
you can
man.
start.
Yeah. I played
It's
the
in
first. I
like
was playing
every
the
commercial
game.
and preview. Yeah,
I was playing the
it's not in the
game,
game.
Yeah, I was
and
gonna
I
say that part's not in
stopped.
the game.
Well, I was playing the game and I stopped right after I finished the supermarket.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I beat the supermarket. I'm like, I think this is a good spot to stop. And like lo and behold, the freaking show like almost stops right where it is. So I'm like trying to find the pace where I can play and stop where I don't go too far.
I mean,
Are you
think...
gonna?
Yeah, go ahead.
You're gonna watch episode 2 and then play the game, right?
No, I'm gonna play the game and then watch episode 2.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna want to quit playing. I'm not gonna tell you what. I'll tell it to you in a way that's not spoiler. You're gonna want to quit playing when something really, really, really big happens. That's when you stop playing the game.
Which is
Okay.
only like if you end it at the supermarket, that's not even like an hour of gameplay. It
It was 2 hours.
well, I'm saying like where he's telling you to quit from where you're at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't
got
think
it.
that.
Well, that's
Right?
where episode 2 ends.
I know. Yeah, because episode 2 has a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that wasn't in the game.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Yeah,
So you're
correct.
basically you're giving me a cutoff point.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
To help
okay.
you out.
All right.
Yeah, because
I
if
mean-
you play like a normal stream and do 2 hours, you'll be well beyond episode 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But it was nice. The first episode was cool because they showed stuff that wasn't in the game, and they kind of talked about stuff that wasn't in the game. I
Yeah.
mean, the game talked about it, but they didn't show it. You know, like
I was watching
Joel punching the dude that was a bigot.
Yeah. I was watching at the end of Last of Us, they have like that talk show where they kind of talk about it. And it seems like
commentary.
this season they really are trying to add stuff that wasn't in the game and change some things around. And they were specific to that because again in episode 2 there's a lot of the stuff is not exact like the game is. There's some shots.
Characters change places.
Yeah, exactly. There's some shots that were like scene for scene from the game, but a lot of it was not. And they're trying to kind of do their own thing this time around, which can be good or bad so far. With season 2, I thought it was really good because for cinema, right? It's definitely more cinematic with what happened in episode 2. So
You kind of
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a show.
Like,
yeah,
you got to change it up a little bit.
Mhm.
You can kind of get like you know how it starts, you know how it ends,
Mhm.
but the journey in between, you got to like make it
Yeah.
entertaining.
Well, yeah, and it's got to be a little bit more too because you're going to focus on the 2 characters now, so you're probably going to have to fluff it out. Which they focus on, one of the characters a little bit more, which is nice. Like when they do stuff like that and you see like more backstory to a character, I think it's a little bit better
Mhm.
overall, in my opinion. If they do it right. All right. But yeah, Last of Us season 2, so far so good. Hopefully they keep it
Mhm.
there. Usually, TV shows have a thing where the first 2 episodes they're high and then they slowly start going down before the ending gets back high again. I'm thinking House of Dragons, where they kind of had something very similar to that.
Are you talking about season 2 or season 1 or both?
Season 2. Season 2 was kind of of House of Dragons.
Yeah, it was kind of stalled a little bit.
Yeah, it dragged on for way too long.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was
excited for
very
season
slow
3.
paced.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully it gets better. Yeah. Retro handhelds might not be coming to the US anymore, or rather, it might be a little bit harder to get. A lot of many of the manufacturers have said they're going to stop shipping directly from China. So, like for example, if you buy something from Ambernick, it gives you the option to buy something directly from China, and usually sometimes it's cheaper and they have a bigger variety, or you buy stuff that's in their US warehouses already. They have posted that they are no longer gonna, I think starting the 28th, they're no longer gonna allow that option. So you're only gonna be able to get whatever's in the US warehouse. And they did say that pretty much some of them were saying once inventory is out, they don't know what's gonna happen after that. So
What are you going
that's
to do with all that
unfortunate.
excess money, James?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, that means that this bad boy might go up in price, that people might want this. So who knows? Nah. I don't know. Like with that, yeah, I was thinking about that. It's like my channel revolves around, kind of showing off handhelds and things like that. And that's gonna be harder to get. And a lot of them might even stop production because of all this. So we'll see. Switch 2 is coming soon. So there's a lot of accessories and things I can definitely go ahead and look in there. I already got video decided on the Switch 2 itself, the Joy-Cons itself, and the Pro Controller itself. So that's already 3 videos there. And there's probably a lot more that I can deep dive when it comes to all of that stuff. So have a little bit of cushion once June hits around the corner. Yeah. So let's dive into our first main topic. Expedition 33. I will say this, I'm only probably like an hour into the game. I did not get to play a lot. But
Let's just say we're chapter run. I finished the prologue and I landed on like the island. That's where I am.
I'm a little bit past that.
That's where I am too.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Cool. Okay, great.
So we're all about the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
area.
we're all at the same part. Yeah.
Yeah. So far, I
Perfect.
can tell you this: combat is basically what you would expect. It has a little bit of Persona 5 in it with the gun mechanics. Have you gotten?
It kind of has some Chrono Cross too, like the whole ability points, letting you use your not spell.
true.
Well, I don't know what you call them, abilities or spells, or whatever. That's what
Yeah.
Chrono Cross did too.
Yeah, that's true. Like I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but yeah, every time you attack it, that goes up, and then they utilize it. Some attacks give you a charge. That's kind of cool. The mechanic for defending and parrying is
Parrying
very
and dodging.
similar to similar to Like a Dragon, right? Like a Dragon has that. I'm trying to think of another game that might have that. But Like a Dragon, when you're about to
Sea of
get
Stars does, and like Mario RPG, you could say.
true, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of those two first. But yeah, Sea of Stars, Mario RPG has that. The partying thing is actually pretty awesome though. If you party every single attack, then you can go ahead and do like a counter, which is pretty cool. And the animations are really top notch. Like I
It's
really like
gorgeous.
that.
It's so satisfying. I love
Mhm.
that.
So far, like the story and the basis of it, I like kind of depressing like worlds like this because it's like you have these people who are in this
It's
depressing
utopic, yeah.
world, but they're trying to like break out of that. And I've always liked stuff like that. And the story so far is pretty sad. You kind of have to talk to the NPCs to kind of get a gist of what
Mhm.
everything's going on. From what I got of it, because I didn't watch a lot of the preview events outside of like the initial trailer. I just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna get it. That's it. I didn't watch a lot of that stuff. But from what I got from that is that I think we're hearing feedback from you. Yeah, it's like
Weird.
water or something.
It's like woof, woof, woof.
Yeah. But yeah, what I got from it is these people something happened like what was it, like 67 years or something
100
like
years
that?
ago, or wasn't it 60? Was it 100? I
67
think 100.
years.
It was.
The separation
pretty sure
happened.
it
I
was
thought
100.
100 years ago.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
pretty sure
think
it's
so.
100
Did
years
you
ago.
talk to the NPC that quizzes you? I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he's
it's
Yeah,
it's an
yeah.
event.
He
What's
said
it called?
he said he.
What's
I
it
could
called? It's
He's-
called something. I'll look
yeah,
it
but I
up.
thought that I could have sworn because that NPC said that the first expedition, which was Expedition 0, was 67 years ago, which was Expedition 100. Or they call it Expedition 0, but that was 100. And that was from there, every year it's gone down. So it's only been 67 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah.
I'm almost
all right,
positive,
all
yeah,
right.
because the NPC tells you that. Unless I misremember that, but I played that today. Like my memory's not that bad. I mean, kind of it is, but still.
I played it when it actually like fresh off the press. I was waiting for the timer,
Mhm.
and like I only got 1 hour in, and I remember half what happened honestly because I was trying to go to bed
Yeah,
and get up early to get
So
the
you-
The
Twitch stream,
fracture.
so.
Yeah, so when you're there with I forget what the girl's name is, where you're like going around and like looking through like the festival or whatever. Or no, actually I
Sophie?
lie, it's after that. Yeah, so
Mm.
Sophie, yeah, after that though, it's when you already have the expedition uniform and you're right before you're about to go to
Yeah.
the island. There's like NPCs there and one of them quizzes you. And
Mhm.
he asks
Yeah,
you like when did
remember.
everything happen? And I remember you have to put the answer 67.
Mhm.
And because it's like your expedition 33, so it was 67 years ago was when everything happened and expedition 0 went out to try to find a something like I don't know, not a cure, but I don't know what they're looking for. I don't think they've mentioned that yet.
They're trying to kill the paintress,
Yeah, pretty much.
so that stops happening.
Yeah.
Every time the number goes down, so somebody a lot of people get Thanos, and I'm like, damn.
Well,
okay,
anybody
we gotta
who's
figure
that
this out.
age, I believe.
I
So-
thought
Yeah.
that too, but I don't think it's that. I don't think
It's
it is
not?
that way. I don't think so, because I thought I
Yeah,
saw
because
younger people
I saw,
die and
yeah,
stuff.
I saw kids got
You
Thanos
sure?
too. So
I didn't see that because they even said it like because the guy is 33 and the girl that the little girl that's there specifically said that oh yeah she's a year older than you and that's why she was gone because she was 34.
But then she also says that she said, "Well, good luck or good job. You beat a teenager." And like earlier in the conversation, she says she's like 7 years younger than him, and she wouldn't be a teenager then. She'd be like 23 or 25 or 26 or whatever. So how can she be a teenager? That doesn't make sense.
I see where you're getting with that. I mean maybe in France that's still considered a teenager. Like I don't know. Like you know like
Yeah, that's how it works.
maybe.
Maybe.
But no, I'm pretty sure it's by age. I'm sure we could like Google search it. I'm sure they explain it in
I
the
looked it
beginning, it's
up,
by
and
age.
it's not like a for sure thing. Like I looked on Reddit, but
Yeah.
I wanted to be really careful because I didn't want to get spoiled. But
Spoilers,
it was like
yeah.
a topic of discussion how they decide or how they get what's it called? What's the word?
I forgot what they called it.
the Hamadud or something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh
The
yeah,
disappearing.
I know what you're
There's a
talking
word
Well,
for it.
I mean, on Wikipedia,
Mhm.
it says the paintress paints an ever decreasing number, and all humans with that age above that number disappear.
See,
Hmm.
I was right. Yes. Yeah, because they explained that, and then they even said that's why there's no old people there. Like old people is considered like now that guy he's 33 years old and
Oh,
he's considered
actually,
an old
now
man.
remember. I now remember because after they went on the boat and got onto like the island, they saw one of the older expeditions, and the guy's like, "Wait a minute, you're old. How are you still alive?" I
Yeah,
remember now.
yeah,
I
because
remember. Yeah.
anybody that's above that age, that's why that number is there. And I think remember seeing the trailer where they said the same thing. That every time that number's painted, people who are that age or older die, which is there can't be anybody older because everybody older than that's already dead.
I thought that too. That what you're saying, I thought
Mhm.
that's what it was, but I feel like I've seen a couple things that kind of contradict that in the prologue, and that's kind of why I started questioning it because like I agree. I
Mhm.
thought that the way that they explained it in the trailer was
Yeah.
when you see that number, if that's your number, you're gone, and that's how I was operating. But like when I was playing it, I'm like, wait a second, if that's true, like some things don't add up. So I wonder if really
What
it's
did you
that
see? If
simple.
you um
I could have sworn I saw people that looked older than like because the main character is supposed to be like 33, 34, and or 30,
he's
33,
33.
and
Yeah.
yeah, he's 33. And so the first thing I mentioned is the teenager thing,
Yeah.
and that she mentions that she's 7 years younger than him, and that's not a teenager, that's a young adult. And then also too, I feel like there were like one or two people that were in the little festival thing you go to that look significantly older than 33. They don't look like they're
Well,
80, but they don't look like they're 30. They look older than 33.
So I was gonna tell you this. I do feel though that some of the art direction, it could be just the way
Yeah,
they
maybe.
had everything. I think it makes characters look older because even like you said, the main character, at least on my screen, it could be because of what's it called, XL or XESS upscaling. He looks older than 33. I'm like this dude looks like he's like 50 or
His
something.
sister looks kind of older than 33, actually.
Yeah, well, yeah, his sister too. That's right. It's but his sister is supposed to be younger than him. If
Right,
I'm
he
not
she just
mistaken.
looks older, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
she does look older.
Hmm.
let me
Yeah,
see.
looking at
And
a
the thing is,
picture of the main
and the thing is,
character,
I'm using TSR.
yeah, he
So
looks like I'm 40, and he looks older than me.
Do you remember what's her name?
We
Her
could
name
all be
is
so lucky.
oh yeah, she's 16 years old.
Who, the redhaired girl?
Yeah, male or whatever. I don't know how you
Yeah,
pronounce
see,
her
that
name.
doesn't make sense
Yeah,
because she
she's
says that
16.
she's in that duel. I wish I could rewatch it, but she says she's so much younger than him, and it
Yeah.
doesn't add up to a 16-year-old girl. That's what it doesn't make sense.
Oh,
Or maybe
Charlie
hold
Cox
on.
voices the main dude. Nice.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Who does?
Charlie
Charlie
Cox,
Cox,
Oh wow.
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
yeah, that's surprising. Yeah.
Who
That's
I was
cool.
trying to see who's Ben Starr voicing?
Some guy you meet later
Narrator.
in the game, I think.
Oh, he's not just narrator. Thank God. Okay.
No, he's a character.
Oh, I see who you could think would be someone older than 33. God, what's his name? The guy that played Gollum.
Andy Serkis.
Yes, he voices a character who clearly looks older than 33, so I can understand why you would get that confused. But
Well, no, that I
I
maybe
think
don't know.
that character might be. So there's a character that
or a flashback.
no, there's a character that comes in. So like if you're looking at the main like web page, there's two characters they showed. Those are not in that city. They're in
Oh, okay.
yeah, so like
Lumiere.
Ash said, like once you leave like the prologue, there's a old man who pops up and people were like are surprised because he's an old man and they're like he's not supposed to be alive
Got
because
it. They're
he's
not
old.
And
they're
yeah,
not
and
affected by the paintress or whatever
Yeah.
because they're in a different area.
I wonder, did they ever show his number on his because he was wearing the same expedition jacket like everyone else.
Yeah,
when he
no,
came
they
in.
didn't. He could be. I'm wondering. My theory is if he's the original, like from Expedition Zero, because the first team, they remember they're looking. The what's her name? I just was around characters. Lune or Luna, no Lune, something like that. She had that little like floating thing, and she said that this is the track that Expedition
The
Zero.
Gommage.
Yeah,
That's what I was
like
trying to think of. The Gommage.
this is the track that like Expedition Zero went, and they're the only team to know they have landed and survived and actually traverse that island where the Paintress is, where every other team just basically dies from the get go. So I'm wondering if maybe he is part of Expedition Zero, and all of Expedition Zero kind of like turned. Who knows? Huh.
That, or it could be something where he finds out the actual truth about the world itself, and he's trying to prevent others to get to like get close to it, because he thinks that it's like a fruitless effort to take down the painter or something like that. Paintress, I feel. It could be that. I don't know, because I feel like he was sane in a way, and he knew he was doing so I don't know.
Well, I mean, he could be. I don't know. I would say he could just be controlled, right? And maybe he doesn't know what
Yeah.
he's doing, and he's being controlled, which is why he had no emotion. Because it looked like he had no emotion. He just did. Did you get to that part, Brian? Did you see that cutscene?
Yeah, I
Okay.
landed on the island, and I joined our podcast right when you gain control and you're in that like forested area.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it picks up there. Like after that, I'm not sure if you did the first few battles, Ash, but like after that, it does pick up a
Yep.
little bit, which is kind of cool.
Mm.
Yes, this is a live podcast. But yeah, Expedition 33. So far, so good. Fan, I think you'll like it. I'm liking the combat. I got my second party member, so like the combat's starting to pick up, and this second character just played totally different from the main character. And yeah, I want to continue and see how this goes, because might be a good game. We'll see. Like as of right now, where I'm at, I mean, it's only an hour in. It's too early to tell. I'm not hooked like I was, say, like Final Fantasy X or something like that, but interested, because the backstory of it's already got my interest because of everything going on. There's already a lot of mysteries that's got my interest, and the combat system is definitely well worth it. Even if you might not care about the story, I think the combat system is well worth it, and I do hope other mainline RPGs follow this, because we can have great turn-based combat. We don't always need to have something that's action-based, and I am happy they're doing this. It does bring back a lot of like Lost Odyssey. They definitely use the cinematography that Lost Odyssey does when you attack to show the attack animations, which is pretty cool. So I do like that they have a lot of throwbacks there. All right, let's talk about.
I have some thoughts about. Wait, I want to talk
you have
about
some thoughts?
Expedition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So, what I really like about this is that, and we were kind of alluding to those other games before, in the combat system, has the Chrono Cross action points, has Sea of Stars and such with the parrying and the dodging and all that kind of stuff, is that I really feel like this game borrows a lot of really awesome parts of other games. So, I'm kind of critical of Final Fantasy X, as it's kind of been well established, but something that I will give it props for is that the whole sin thing, like the sin aspect where it destroys the world and you're trying, like, it's a little cliche in that it's your heroes trying to save the world, but on the other hand, like it's kind of different too in a way that's interesting. Like it definitely keeps you hooked to want to find out the mystery of sin and like what's going on there and see what happens, who, like, what Titus is, all the rest. And that's kind of where I see this game so far, where it's like the world is so like dark and very what's the word?
Gloomy.
Yeah, no, it's
Gothic?
very existential.
Brosk?
Existential,
Okay.
where these characters have no illusions about not being able to grow to old age. Their romances are tenuous. They kind of realize that what time they have is, like, you have that one girl character that you meet in that festival that says that she's not going because it's her last attempt to try to defy the paintress and her destiny. And I just love how dark and self-realized it is, where these characters just, it's all real. Like they know what's happening. They know what's going to happen to themselves, and they kind of make choices based on that. And the game is beautiful. The aesthetic is so gorgeous. Like I was looking around at everything, and I would just kind of walk around the environments and just check everything out because it just looks so beautiful and just so original and just very, like, they really put their shoulder into this game as far as the graphics go and everything. And there's also some like Attack on Titan stuff in there, as far as like when you meet that old man after you land, where I kind of agree with what Ash was saying, that it almost seems like there's some hidden motive there that you don't know about. Maybe you find out later in the game like why he's doing that, and it kind of rings of Attack on Titan, where you find out like why the world is later on, and why the forces that be put people there and everything. but I'm a big fan of this so far. It hasn't let me down. The voice acting is top notch. The story is interesting. The battle system's really good. It's really nice to look at. The music is really haunting and just very uh, minimalist, but just very soulful. I don't know, but it's I can just tell it's gonna be a really special experience, and the fact that it's so cheap really is a steal. Like you should really buy it if you have any interest, just to kind of put your money where your mouth is and make it so games like this can get made. More games like this that, yeah, I don't know how long this game is. I haven't really read. I don't know if it's like 30 to 40 hours, give or take, maybe. Um,
Yeah,
but if it
you're right.
is, yeah, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with a 30 to 40 hour RPG. Like I'll pay full price for that because, dude, I don't have time for a Persona length RPG all the time. Like give me a 30 to 40 hour rock solid RPG. I'm all for it. But so far, I am really enjoying this game, and it hasn't let me down, and I look forward to keep playing it.
What about you, Ash? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I got some thoughts. So for one thing, I'm intrigued. I'm hooked into the entire like I'm more curious about the whole world building around the game itself.
100%.
Combat is amazing, love it, but I have a lot of questions than answers. I want to figure out like what's happening here. Why is the Paintress doing these things? What is the lore behind the other expeditions? What did they discover? So hopefully later throughout the game, they could add like lore items throughout the game where you pick up like diaries or notes from like past expeditionists on what they discover, what they found, and stuff. So that way it points you towards more the truth of the entire world itself. You know. And it would be cool. I don't know if they're going to do this. It'd be cool if you're able to find like a true ending based on all the evidence that you found and make a decision on what to do next at that point. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know if they're going to do that, but it could be like a one straightforward thing. But it'd be awesome and creative if they can do that for you. But mainly, yeah. What's up?
I was gonna say I was thinking when you arrive on an island and those monsters with like the hands like as a thing coming.
Yeah.
So some
Mhm.
near vibes came to me thinking
Near
everybody
vibes.
here's
Okay.
played the first near.
A little
Funny
bit.
enough, no.
Oh shoot. Never mind. I can't spoil the ending.
You're talking about like Replicant?
Yeah,
I
replicant.
haven't even played none of the Nier games yet,
Oh.
surprisingly enough. So
No, because there's a nice twist in near like at the end you figure out like some stuff, and I was gonna say the same thing, but never mind. Let's
Yeah, don't say it. I'll play it one
yeah.
day.
Definitely play
yeah,
Replicant because I
I'll
think
get.
Replicant hits you harder. In my opinion, it hits you harder than Nier Automata does. It's just Nier Automata had the better action. Like they had the better fighting
Mhm.
there, where the first game wasn't
And
as good.
graphics.
Well, of
I
course,
do
and
have
graphics,
those
yeah.
games already. I do have those games already purchased on Steam. It's just a matter of time where I actually can actually hop in, lock in, and eventually beat those games and stuff. So,
That's a nice
but
twist.
but yeah, but yeah, it's overall love the art direction as well. I feel like they did pretty good with that. I feel like in certain parts of the game, especially when they're doing the cutscenes, it could be from my system, but I feel like the lip sync when they talk is like it feels out of sync
It
in
might
a
be
way,
French.
which
It might be French lip sync because I think that's like the
Yeah, I
base
I did
language,
see that
probably.
too.
Now I'm torn. Now if I should just play the game in French now or just play in English because
And
I love
they got a lot
both.
of
Ah,
English good voice actors. Like
yeah,
They
Phantom's
do.
already
yeah, they got
mentioning
some big names in there, man. They got some big
I would
names in
just
there.
deal with it.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're right.
It
Yeah.
was made by like 40
And
people. Just give them the benefit of the doubt. It's okay. It's not a Square
it's
Enix
fair.
game.
It's
It's not,
fair.
you know what I mean?
Now, at the
Yeah.
beginning, the jankiness and how they're removing and stuff felt quite off to me. Which, like, for anybody that like goes from like playing Last of Us Part 1 or 2 straight to this game, will feel off because they don't have any motion captures on these characters. It's just the way they walk and run feels a bit more robotic-y, I guess, because they don't have those types of like motion captures and stuff. If anything, but I got used to that, yeah, really quickly. So, but that's just me. And yeah, combat is awesome. I just love how satisfying it is to parry because I'm a guy that loves to counter and parry stuff so much. And
You're the
just
Elden Ring
push you
man.
hard. More Souls man, yeah. So and
Souls man, yeah, there you go.
yes, and it's fun to do. I love it. And but yeah, but the biggest thing I just want to figure out the whole mystery on why everything the way it is and stuff.
Mhm.
And hopefully later on we can like look at look at certain aspects, like like I said, expedition notes, diaries, like certain monuments that we see that like this happened and stuff. Like I love stuff like that. I love how they go into it, do the world building, and creatively tell you on what actually happened and make you hit your feelings in a certain way. I just love stuff like that. So
Here's the thing, Ash.
hopefully, yeah. What's up?
That's how you know that a game has a really good world/story. It's because you want to find that stuff out. Because there are definitely RPGs where I force myself to talk to NPCs and find out about the world because it's like I feel like I'm missing stuff if I don't. But in this, you actually want to find out what the heck is going on in the world and what the overall narrative is. And I think that's a very cool thing.
Yeah, because with this, I feel like they took a really unique approach on their narrative here and stuff because they want to start off making everything look nice and stuff, all nice and beautiful. Main character has a
Flowers.
love thing with Sophie and everything. Everything looks nice and stuff. And as you're progressing towards like the festival, everything gets more grim. And then as the number goes from 34 to 33, literally people who are above that age get Thanos, and you're like, damn. Even lost his girl too. I'm like, damn.
That was very
then,
powerful considering you don't know much about her and you still feel that emotion for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing is, they kind of throw that illusion, thinking that you're also gonna get to play as Sophie in the game too. But like, but as she gets Thanos, you're like, oh damn, I guess you're not playing us, or damn. Rest
Yeah,
in
they
peace.
kind of right away when she gets added to the party, like they kind of put you to walk as her right away, right? And every character
exactly.
that has an interaction, they're talking to her, not Gustav. So they do have that good build up.
Do you guys remember the main character's name? I forgot his name already.
Yeah, Gustav.
Oh, Gustav. Yeah. Gustav is kind of Gustav. I love his design. He's pretty cool. I love his mechanical arm. I just love characters with mechanical arms because there's lore behind it, obviously. But like the other cool thing I love about him is that apparently he invented like the I don't know whether I talk about it during that trivia, but he said
the Picto.
He answered it correctly.
Yeah,
the Picto and stuff. So I'm more curious of like in with his mind intellect and how he came up with that in the first place, and hopefully they put more lore behind it as well and stuff because that can further enrich his character.
The Picto,
and
that's the thing that
stuff,
they. Oh no, you didn't get to that part yet. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. I mean, it could. If I just walk a couple more further in, I'll probably learn more about that. But if anything, I just want to know more about like the intricacies of the Picto. How do you discover it? How is he able to make this useful and stuff? Right. It's questions like that where it just makes the lore a lot more engaging and stuff. Which. Yeah, it's just they have a lot. They have a lot going on, and I hope they execute it extremely well. I have high expectations for this game because I've been waiting for this game to come out, as well. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts.
No, I agree with you, Fan. I think you got to get that Game Pass. Do what Ash did so you can play it.
$1.
I just bought it.
Oh, you just bought it right now?
On
nice.
Gaming.
We did it. We
Nice.
Because I mean, like for $36, like
Yeah.
a new game that just came out and it's almost 30% off already. I'm like, how could they do that? I'm like, all right, well, might as well.
Did
buy
any of
it.
you guys watch Arcane?
Yes.
I didn't watch the second season.
Oh, did you watch the first season at least?
I watched the first season. Yeah.
Okay. The main character kind of gives me some Victor vibes from Arcane in that he kind of created this technology and he's missing because isn't like Victor doesn't he missing something like or he ends up missing an arm or something like that later, a leg or something. I know he gets his leg replaced eventually, but like I thought he has like a fake arm or something, but it just kind of has similar vibes to that, which again is cool because Arcane is
I was thinking
fantastic.
more Edward Elric, but that works.
Yeah, that too. Totally different reason though.
We're gonna start seeing
Well,
him clap his hands, and then his arm's gonna shift into like something else.
Big sword, big dagger.
Exactly. But yeah, I guess the only thing so far that we don't know about, but from seeing the trailers, that I would be kind of sad, but also understandable, is that there looks to be only 4 characters throughout the whole game. So your party will only consist of these set 4 characters, at least from what we can tell. There might be like hidden characters because Dragon Quest 11 did that in the trailer where they only showed off some of the heroes, and then you find out, oh, these other people are also characters you can get. So we'll have to wait and see. I hope there's more because I do like changing out characters. I don't know. It's just
I'd rather have 4 main characters written extremely, extremely, extremely well and tight than have 10 that are kind of tenuous.
true.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm
I
not.
agree
I'm
with
not
that.
asking for a 10. I'm not talking about like Chrono
I know, I'm
Cross,
just telling
like-
you, like that's my take, but I know
Yeah.
what you're saying, but
Yeah.
that's where I
like
land.
like when
That's right.
I think Final Fantasy X set the bar as good characters being in their party because they all had their own story to unveil as
They have
you
their own
progress.
personalities for sure.
Yeah, Kamari, you find out like what's his backstory. Of course, you see Waka's backstory with him and Lulu, and why they have this thing going on between the two. Riku, right? Her backstory and why she is who she is. Orin, you get all of Orin's back. Like they had such a good cast of characters in 10, and
Yeah, I
every time
agree.
I think of like a party setup, it's like you gotta have something like that. I can't think of anything else that's as good. Not saying there's other things that are not good, but like I think like for the amount of characters they had there as main characters, they each were individually written good, in my opinion. But I was hoping for like 6. Give me the option to swap out characters mid battle. I always like that type of battle style in Final Fantasy X, and there's something else I played recently that had that.
Breath of
That
Fire
had-
did it to me, man.
Yeah, Breath of Fire has that as well. Yeah. I can't believe didn't remember. Breath of Fire was before Final
You were playing
Fantasy
Paper
X.
Mario yesterday.
Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Does Paper Mario? Oh yeah, Paper Mario. You can swap out your characters too.
Yeah.
I think there's something else that I feel that maybe I made that up. That has like you can see the turn order, but you can also swap out characters.
Grandia has a turn order, or no? 10 has a turn order.
Yeah, 10 has it. That's what I'm
Grandia
thinking of.
doesn't.
Something
Yeah.
like 10 that looks very similar to that. Because Breath of Fire doesn't have a turn order, but you can swap out your characters.
Is it that one Xbox 360 RPG? What was it called?
Lost Odyssey?
Not Lost Odyssey. No, there's another one. Last Remnant, maybe.
I don't think you can swap out characters in Last Remnant. Never got to play it.
I'm talking about that timeline thing that shows
Yeah.
like who attacks. I
Yeah.
thought that was in Last Remnant too. I could be wrong.
That is in Last Remnant, but it's not the same.
Okay, got it.
But anyways, Expedition 33, highly recommended so far. I think a lot of us are enjoying it. We'll probably have more thoughts next week's podcast. We're definitely going to revisit this topic while we'll be a lot further
When
in.
Fan gets it.
Yeah, exactly. A fan will be able to join in to see thoughts. And yeah, I'm happy to see where this goes. It pulled me off from my Switch for now. We'll see if it continues to pull me off from my Switch because like I keep looking at my Switch. I keep looking at Lunar 2. I'm like, I want to finish Lunar 2 again. But
I've been trying to. I'm trying to beat the game with.
Hey James, just to let you know, the vertical stream is funky.
oh, thanks for pointing that out.
While
Fred.
James is looking at that, Ash, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'm gonna try to beat the game within 2 weeks and say so I can gloat about it and say, hey, I only paid $1 for Expedition 33. But we'll see.
Yeah, but I got
We'll
that
see.
in my permanent collection, man.
Hey, listen, $1 for me to beat
Good value.
it, perfect. Let's
For
do
Switch
it.
2. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who knows? If I like it enough and it comes out on Switch 2, I might pick it up on Switch 2 as well. If there's a physical
A
copy.
little double dipping.
If I like it. I've been
I got it
thinking-
on PS5 and Steam.
Nice. No,
No,
I'm
you're right,
waiting
You're right.
on.
If I do,
Yeah, go ahead, Ash.
okay, yeah, you're right. If I do want to beat this game and I want to loving this thing, I might just wait for the Switch version to come out and buy off of Switch 2.
There you
Doesn't
go.
hurt. So
So, speaking of Switch 2, let's go ahead and talk about
Oh,
our
yeah.
pre-order experience. Ash, we're going to put you on the spot because you weren't with us last night.
Yeah, I'm
through
waiting on bated breath for
the
this.
craziness, but you actually did an in-person pre-order like it's 1995. So let us know.
Love it.
How was your pre-order experience?
So doing the 1995 pre-order experience is the best pre-order experience, and the second thing too is like I feel like I will not have any luck going through the online mess. Now, of course, you guys did. You guys were able to do
Barely.
pre-orders with no issues. Yeah, barely. But I didn't want to like go through the headache on trying to get one from Best Buy, get one from GameStop, this and that. I just want to be like, all right, let me just go straight to the store. Store opens at 11 a.m. Let's see what happens. And when I got there, the line was wrapped. When I got there, I was the 50th person that got there, so I was lucky because
Oh, wow.
I did some prep. I called them up and see how many SKUs do they have for the Switch 2 by itself in the bundle, and they told me, hey, we got 55 of the bundle and 30 of the
Wow, you're still got a
Switch 2 by
lot.
itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was like, perfect. All right. So with that knowledge in mind, I was like, okay, fine. I can probably get there by the time they open because I ain't trying to get there super early at 9 a.m. and wait for 2 hours. Okay. So I did. I went over there, and I think I waited in line for at least an hour and 45 minutes until I actually got inside the building. I went inside, and they asked me which one I want, and I asked, hey, I want to get the Mario Kart bundle, and I asked them, hey, after me, how many more SKUs would you have left for the Mario Kart bundle? And he's like, oh, not that much. He's like, around 8. I'm like, damn. So okay,
That's actually more than I thought they'd have, honestly.
yeah.
After an hour
Yeah.
and 45 minutes.
Yeah, so yeah, I got lucky. I'm happy. I put $50 down to reserve my pre-order, and along with that, they also convinced me to get the GameStop Pro membership too, because the stuff that we're talking about when it comes to like the benefits for signing for the first time, I can't pass that up. So I was gonna ride the benefits for the first year and then cancel it right after. So
I used to
What
use
did you
it,
pre-order? Just the bundle and that's it, or did you get any accessories or games or
yeah,
anything?
yeah, just the bundle, and that's pretty much it.
No
Later
Pro
on, I
controller?
was gonna get nah, no Pro controller. I was gonna use my old one and use it on that instead, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
So. And then I thought about pre-ordering like a Micro Express SD card, but I'm gonna do more research, do more digging, and see if I can get a better price from a different source. So there's that. There was also
Good
other
luck.
things too that I could have pre-ordered, like a carrying case, maybe. But
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm just gonna look at other places where I can get the stuff. They were trying really hard to sell me on that warranty, but I'm like, brother, I'm good on that. I can apply the screen protector myself. I know how to do it.
Mhm.
It's fine. So
Did
but
you
yeah, that's all I got.
pre-order any games or no?
I thought about I thought about putting some money down for Bonanza, but I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm just the main objective.
The console.
As I get the pre-order for the bundle, that
Mhm.
was fine by me. So
Fair
and
enough.
I left out that I know Bonanza is going to be available everywhere, physical and digital. So I ain't worried too much about that. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you the Power Up membership. I used to use it back then when they allowed you to use it for like gift cards. So I would get like $10 like eShop gift cards, and every month I would just use it on a $10 eShop gift card and only pay $5 for it.
$5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now they did away with that. You can't use it on digital gift cards anymore. So I was like, So I canceled my membership because I wasn't at that time wasn't buying a lot of Switch games. I was buying mainly stuff on the Steam Deck and now ROG Ally X.
So I can
Mhm.
I can probably explain on what they told me on when I sign up for the pro membership is that for if I pay $25 for the first year, they'll give me $10 back for the Switch 2 because for one I'm pre-ordering the Switch 2 and I'm also going to be picking up at launch release, so 5/5 that'll be $10 I'm getting back. And then along with that, once I fully complete the purchase, they're also going to be giving me a lot of points back on the Switch 2 purchase,
Mhm.
which they told
Yep.
me when they did the numbers, it was going to add up to like $40 worth of like credit within GameStop. So from that point, I was
Yeah, I'm
like,
sure it pays
cool.
for itself.
So yeah, so cool. So I'm like, at that point, I can actually use that credit to put towards like another Switch 2 game, like Bravely Default Remastered, because I
Mhm.
think that game's coming out as $40, and I can essentially get that
Mhm.
for free if I wanted to.
Yep.
And then along with that, they also said that each month I'm also gonna get like a $5 like voucher / credit thing and stuff.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh wow. So if I just don't use for a year, I can literally get a $60 thing I can use in GameStop and
No,
also
it's only
use
for
that
that
towards
month.
another game I want.
Yeah, it's only for that month.
Hmm?
If you don't use it that month, it disappears.
Correct.
Oh, it disappears.
Yeah.
Oh damn! I was about to say I was about to exploit.
You can't
that shit.
stack it.
Yep.
Man, oh, damn, I wish. Okay, fair. Makes sense. Then at that point, then I'm probably going to use the $5 stuff for like maybe. I think you already said this, James, but you can't use it towards gift cards, right?
Nope, not anymore.
That's what I used to use it for. Because if I didn't have anything to
too.
buy, I would just stack up on eShop gift cards or whatever I needed. Mm-hmm.
Funny thing is that while I was waiting in line, I met another person that like ran a card shop like that was like across from my house. So I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, cool. And she told me that what she uses them for is to buy Pokemon booster packs, and I'm like, this is probably a good way for me to get back into Pokemon TCG again. Who knows?
There you go.
That's true.
Well,
Or
yeah,
need the
I might just
GameStop
use
swag
it for
they
that then.
have. They got all the
Yeah.
shirts, anime or video game shirts, or the
Funkos.
collectibles. Yep, they got all that there.
I don't like Funkos. I don't know what to tell
I don't
you.
either. I don't like the aesthetic of them.
Really, I have
Yeah,
my.
but yeah.
Oh, you can't see it from my camera. I have my Ghost of Tsushima one that my wife got me. It's
nice.
it's
Okay.
over there, yeah, and it's still packaged because Ghost of Tsushima. Gotta love
That's
that.
what you do.
Yeah, which also I forgot to
So-
mention this for small news. They announced the release date for
Launch date. Yep.
Ghost of Yosai. It's October.
October 2nd.
There we go, October 2nd.
2025?
Yeah, this year.
Yes.
2025? Oh, that's
I know.
crazy.
I was surprised too. I was like, I didn't think it was gonna come out this year. I thought it was gonna be like
Hey.
a 2026 game, but yeah, this year.
Exact date. Jeez. Okay. I guess. Okay. All right. Fine. Let them cook. Let them cook. Nice. Okay. All right. And then, but yeah. Overall, I enjoy the experience myself. I wish we have more of these. I'm glad. I'm happy to participate in the midnight launch. I wish we had more midnight launches. Those are amazing. Those are great. You meet new faces. It's a great experience. But no. It's gonna eventually fade away. I know that for a fact because of the whole digital future and stuff, right? So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it while it lasts. Great, I love it. I recommend
It's going to
for anyone who
Gomage.
So, yeah.
All right, Fan. Let's talk about your experience.
Oh god, dude.
We were all together kind of
Yeah.
last night
Yep.
in this whole process.
Yeah.
So
I mean, as soon as it went live, I got in line at Walmart. I got in line
digital
at Target.
line, not
It's a
store
digital
line.
line. It's a digital line. I got on a digital queue.
hmm
Walmart, Target. Obviously, Best Buy didn't go live for
Like
like
45 minutes
30,
later.
45 minutes later. So that sucked. But I thought I got lucky because like Target like went through. Like it
Mhm.
like it went through. And then like a minute later, I got a cancellation order. I was like, dang. But then, after almost an hour waiting in the virtual queue at Walmart, it went through and I was able to snag a standalone Switch 2 and a bundled Switch 2 on Walmart. So I got two. And we'll see what
Nice.
happens. Whether whether they keep it or it gets canceled, who knows. But I even stayed on the freaking queue at Best Buy on the app and on the website, and it just kept timing out, kept kicking me out. Like by the time I went to bed at 2:00 in the morning, it still said I was in queue, and then when I woke up, it says sold out. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I figured. But bought a bunch of accessories though, so at least I
What accessories
got
did you
those
get?
going for me. Pro controller. I got the large carrying case, the one that you can fit everything in.
The all-in-one
The
one or whatever.
all-in-one. Because I'm planning to go back home to Kansas in December for Christmas. So I got to pack
Taking
that
it with
thing,
you.
taking it with me.
Questmaster
Alright.
563. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah. I also got the individual carrying case just for the Switch 2 by itself. So I could throw it in my bag and not worry about it getting scratched. Which it comes with the screen protector. I didn't realize that, but it comes with the screen protector.
It'll probably be a crappy screen protector. You're probably going to Amazon and spend like $8 on a better one.
I'll probably order one from Zag or something.
Yeah, if they have it, I definitely will go through Zag. But
Zag
they're kind of
already sent out
inconsistent.
emails saying they're gonna have Switch 2 screen
Oh,
protectors.
nice. Then I'll definitely
Yeah,
get one through
so-
Zag.
But
Honestly,
I'm gonna do
yeah,
that.
I might just go through that.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I even
have one
ordered
on
the
my
camera.
OLED.
Yeah, I even ordered a camera, and
Mhm.
then I also ordered the 256 memory card because everywhere else looking for those express cards, they're the same price everywhere.
Mm.
$60
do have
for
one
a
on my OLED.
256 gig everywhere. So
That's why you
Um,
that's why you take a look earlier. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
couldn't find anything bigger. Couldn't find 512. All the 1 terabyte ones were sold out like a month ago. Like they disappeared as soon as the Switch 2 was announced. Like they were on there before, and then a week later they were gone. But they were like
I bought an extra
$200
1
for 1
terabyte fan. I wish I would have known you would have wanted. I would have kept it. I ended up
Yeah.
canceling it.
That's fine.
I'll keep an eye out for you though.
Yeah, I think 256 will be okay for now. Like
Okay.
I don't have a ton of digital games, so I think I'll be okay.
I might set up bots for those things now. Damn. Now I'm more concerned about the card than the freaking Switch 2. Crazy.
Yeah,
I got
was looking
two.
They'll
at-
come and just follow Wario. He'll drop. I'm sure between now and then they'll have some drops on Amazon or
Yeah, I was
something.
looking for a 512 at least. and I was seeing like 6 days ago, yeah, posted something on about a Lexar Express
Yep,
card.
that's what I got.
Yeah, and I was like, man, like I looked at the listing, it's not available there. So I have it saved in my like Amazon, like what is it, my list or whatever.
list.
So I'm
List,
just
yeah.
I'm just waiting for it to show up so I can grab that. If not, then I might just go with the 256 gigabyte. Because I need
256 is the highest that is like the Nintendo branded one, right? That's made by Samsung. Like that's the highest
for
that they
now,
make.
yeah.
Even the
Yeah.
SanDisk one or whatever is
It's
256
256
right
gig. Yeah, Lexar is the
Yeah.
only one that
Okay.
has higher than 256 gig.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah,
looking
and-
everywhere to see other
Mhm.
brands, and no other brand has express cards higher than 256
Except for
gig.
Lexar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Hmm.
part of me is like I've never really used anything Lexar. I remember them as
I have.
printers back in the days,
They
but
any good?
like yeah, have you fan? You said?
Yeah.
You said you did?
Yeah, I've got a Lexar memory card in my Ally, and I had it in my Steam Deck, and they work
They okay?
perfectly fine. Yeah, they
Oh, good.
ran fine, no issues.
I had a Lexar printer too. That's crazy. That was like my
Yeah.
first. Or no, wasn't that Lexmark? I thought it was Lexmark.
Is it? Oh, maybe it is Lexmark. Yeah. Same
Yeah,
company.
similar.
They just rebranded.
Is
No,
it?
Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, really?
Well, we can probably know why they're probably sold out or not available right now.
Clutchmaster
'Cause I
says
guess-
he's gonna crush out to see if people stream Mario
'Cause-
Kart World.
Yeah,
Well,
because Lexar is manufactured in China.
Mm.
so that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, I'm thinking like too, like I might. Well, I have a lot of digital games. I don't even know because I have a 512 in my Switch now, and let me see actually how much am I using.
You have to remember the Switch
Oh,
2
of
itself is
course.
256.
It's
So-
true. So what's the original Switch? 32?
32.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Well, I'm looking at my
So
micro
that's-
SD card, like how much is filled up with that. So out of my 512, I have 229 gigs of free space. So that's what, like
That's
I'm
okay.
using almost 300 gigs on my Switch to it in games. Yeah,
And then what's on the
So you'd be
internal
okay with
storage?
you'd be
What's
okay
the
with a
internal
max.
storage?
the internal storage?
32, isn't
Well,
it?
it's 64 gigs on the OLED.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
64 gigs.
So what are
okay.
you using on the internal storage?
Oh, it's just like mainly like save data. That's all that's
Oh,
on the internal.
yeah.
I put everything on
You'd
the
be
micro
fine.
SD card.
You'd be fine with, because the Switch 2 is internal 256, and with another
Yeah.
256,
512.
you've got
But
512
Switch
total.
2 games are also
yeah,
bigger.
actually,
So that's the other thing. Like if
Yeah.
I get something like I'm sure Breath of the Wild is not going to be 6 gigs or whatever it is on Switch. It's probably going to be double that size, if not more. Same thing for Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom, I think itself is 16 gigs if I remember correctly. So it would probably be a lot more. And then everything else is getting Switch enhanced. That file size is going to go a lot higher. So yeah.
That's true.
But hopefully a 512 pops up sooner rather than later. Clutchmaster
Yep.
says, I can't get Switch 2 until Christmas. That sucks.
Oh, you poor person, you.
All right, Brian, tell us about your experience.
I have a quick question while I'm thinking about it.
Mhm.
Something that I just realized that's kind of making me sick to my stomach. So Sega just announced today that they're bringing out Sonic Generations Switch 2,
Mhm.
for launch. What about the Sonic Generations that I own already on Switch? Do I get an upgrade path for that? Does it automatically upgrade, or I have to pay $50 to get that on Switch 2?
That's funny. I've been looking for it and I can't find an answer because they haven't said anything about that. Because I
Okay,
also
okay.
have
I'm
it
not the
on
only one.
Switch, and I was
I'm
like,
theorizing.
Mhm.
I'm theorizing that they might you might just going to be paying the $20 for extra $20 for the upgrade path.
it would
I
be
feel.
$10.
It wouldn't be 20, I don't think. I thought it would probably be like 10.
Oh,
'Cause
because you already
20
own Sonic. It's a Sonic X Shadow Generations on Switch already, right?
I already own it, yeah, on Switch.
Yeah, then yeah, it would be just $10. Wait, so you're just worried about that you may have to just pay $50 for it?
Yeah,
Well, they
I'm
haven't
worried that
confirmed
they're
anything.
right.
the
Like
thing,
I'm
they
worried that
haven't
they're gonna be
said
like, this is the Switch 2 version. It's kind of like when it's not exactly the same thing, but like when Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out on Switch, I own Mario Kart 8 on Wii U already, and I had to pay 50 or 60 or whatever it was dollars to rebuy it on Switch. I hope it's not going that path where it's like I own it on Switch already. It's like, well, this is the Switch 2 version. You have to pay full price. Like if it's that way, I'm probably never gonna buy another third-party game ever again on Switch.
So
Okay, all right.
according to
all right, I
Nintendo
understand.
Life, according to
What?
Nintendo Life, Sega saying, yeah, you can't they're not providing a upgrade path for this.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is
That's some
ouch.
BS, man.
It says you'll be able to
That is-
transfer your save data from the original Switch
Who
version,
gives a
but
crap?
you won't be able to do the upgrade. That's kind of
That's
What?
ridiculous.
That's
Stupid.
so,
Sega
now,
of
so
all
right there. Now
people.
that's greed. That's
Mhm.
greed right there.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
'Cause technically,
Damn,
you
that's
could play the
that's a-
Switch 1 version on the Switch 2.
What if it's upgraded?
I know it should have been an easy like, oh yeah, if you already own it, then yeah, just pay us an
Well,
extra
I hope
$10 and
I
you get
hope
upgrade.
I hope they provide like a free update performance patch for the current one. You know,
I don't
because
know,
if they're
man.
doing a Switch 2 advanced version, I'm assuming. Going by logic, they're going to like up the textures, replace the textures with higher resolution textures with ray tracing, this and that, right? If they can just provide a free performance patch where they just up the resolution and up the frame rate, and that's it, there you go. That's it.
I'm good with that, but by the
Yeah.
sounds of it, it doesn't like they're doing that.
Yeah, Nintendo Life said they reached out to Sega to confirm because this was based off of the Asian website. I don't know what that means, but it was off of one website over there, and that it says that there's no upgrade for that. So they're trying to see if that's the same for the Western release as well. Let me see. My Nintendo News.
Again, I reiterate, I'm probably never gonna buy a third-party game on Switch. Like I spent so much money I put so much money into the Switch ecosystem buying stuff because I wanted to play it portably. But now it's like between the Steam Deck and being able to remote play on Steam Deck with my PlayStation, I literally have no reason to do that anymore. And so maybe I'll do it for like Mega Man or Final Fantasy. I'll double dip on Switch
Just
too, but
certain titles
yeah, just
or certain
real
developers.
particular ones, as opposed to before I'd go crazy with it. Like I wish I could go back in time and stop myself from all the stuff I bought on Switch, especially now considering they're telling you, get bent. You're not getting an upgrade unless like those ones that Nintendo is doing for free, like Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening, but those are all first party, so.
Well, it's kind of weird. Is
I'm
they wouldn't.
I'm shocked they're doing a free upgrade for Mario Odyssey. I'm shocked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not really
I was
like.
expecting that to get like a $20 upgrade path too. So.
Well, I mean, I think they separated too. They talked about the different ones. Like, we talked about it at the podcast a couple of times. There's the free updates where just going to be basically unlocking the frame rate and resolution. Those are all games that have a dynamic resolution and dynamic frame rate. So instead of it being dynamic, it will just cap out at whatever the frame rate and the resolution is there. Then you have the ones they put work into it, which is like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where they updated the textures and stuff like that.
And add a bunch of stuff.
Exactly, adding some content. And then there's the Kirby's and the Mario Parties, which is DLC plus the added, textures and all that other stuff. So those are the three different ones. All the free ones are the ones that are just going to be just simple performance patch.
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon, Echoes of Wisdom, Link's Awakening.
Which is the one I want, honestly. So.
Yeah,
I'd be good with that for Sonic, right? Like just just make it look nice, and then I get a free up. Here's the thing: I would pay $5 or $10 to upgrade that. If any developer brought out a Switch 2 version of a game that I already owned on Switch, and there's like a $10 upgrade path, they're gonna get a ton of money from me because I'm not gonna just rest on my laurels of like these crappy Switch versions at 420p or whatever. I'm gonna or 480 or 420, 480, 480p. I'm gonna upgrade and they're gonna get money. But now they're like, no, you're gonna have your Switch version unless you want to pay us another $50. Nope, that's not happening.
Yeah,
no way.
That's literally the
Sega,
Persona 5 Royal situation.
I would say hopefully
Actually,
Sega walks
that was
back.
also my Sega too.
Ha.
I just realized they have a trend going on. I just realized because
That's true. That is Sega.
Royal. I remember. I remember
What
that.
game? I missed
Persona 5 Royale.
Persona 5
Oh,
Royal.
right,
They had
yeah.
a PS5 version of it, and like if you
Oh, yeah,
already
that's
owned
true.
the game on PS4, you couldn't
You had to buy that whole thing again.
an upgrade path for that either. So
Yep,
yeah,
that's true.
They have a track record. They have a track record. I just realized.
At least with Royal, they added stuff. Sonic Generations isn't gonna have anything added. It's just the same game.
No, he's talking about there's the PS4 version of Royal and PS5
to
version
PS5.
of Royal.
Yeah,
You
that's
had
true.
to buy
that's
it,
true. Yeah.
So-
I was thinking Persona 5 to Royal, but you're talking about Royal to Royal between 4 and 5. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it now.
because you had to
that's crazy.
do full price, and it's Sega.
I'll
Atlas
do
is
that
owned
for
by Sega.
Persona. I'll do that for Persona. Like that's one of the ones that I would have like a exception for. I mean, I have the tattoo and crap, but Sonic, no, I'm not. No.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sonic
what
not
were you
being a
say?
free upgrade is kind of. I agree with you. That that kind of sad. Hopefully they changed it and they walked that back because they still have time to kind of be like, yeah, we were just kidding. Here's a free upgrade path, but who knows?
What does that portend for other developers though? That's what worries me. Like if it's just a Sega thing, like
Yeah.
okay, fine, but like what about if they wanted to release a patch, or if they, like Ace Combat, for example, I own that. What is Ace Combat 7 or whatever on Switch? I own that. Like, if they release a Switch 2 upgrade for that, is that going to be one of the free ones that I just download an update and it looks way better? And if that's like the standard across the board for, I don't know, 85, 90% of the companies, then I'm good. And just Sega's a weird outlier like that, I'm okay with. But if this is like the anti-Xbox, because remember with Xbox, they didn't do that. Xbox is like if you own it on Xbox One and it has a Xbox Series upgrade, like there's no fee. I forget what they called that. There's a term for it.
Smart delivery.
Smart delivery, yeah,
Smart
exactly.
delivery.
Smart delivery.
Smart delivery,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Hopefully companies don't look at Sega, but oh, if they're doing it, we should do it too.
Right.
Hey, monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
True,
So
true.
and like it's just like I just want all developers to have like two options. Like you either want to just get the free performance patch, like I said, to up the resolution, up the frame rate, or if you want to have all the bells and whistles that the Switch 2 can only produce, then yes, pay the $20 upgrade path towards it. I'm fine with that. Like, come on.
That seems the logical conclusion, but
yeah, but it's too good.
I wonder
to be
how
true,
difficult it would be, because like the Switch 2 version is running on different architecture, right? So like since the Switch 1 games are basically being emulated like on the Switch 2.
They are. Yeah, I think I think somebody confirmed it. Yeah, the Switch 2 is emulating Switch 1.
Yeah. So I wonder
Correct.
like
Yeah, it is.
they felt like, oh, it's not going to give the best like gameplay. I don't know. It's why
then
they're
at least
doing it
just
like
give me a
this.
discount to buy the game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
give me a discount. Like I see you own this already on Switch. Instead of
Did you
paying
buy it
50, you're
physical
paying.
or no? You bought it digital, right?
I bought digital.
'Cause I wonder if like GameStop,
Yeah, 'cause-
because usually they do a good deal to swap out like an upgrade. At least they did it with Last of Us, right? When I had Last of Us PS3, I was able to get Last of Us PS4 for $10 by trading it in, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, this is the digital
I've-
version
I-
only. They're not coming out the physical one for the Switch 2.
I've seen deals
For-
like that
for
before,
Sonic?
where if you already
Sonic,
own the
yeah.
digital version.
I thought Sonic had a physical. I thought was it
No.
like one of those? I thought it was one of those game keys or something.
No, even then that's even worse because it's still a digital version of the game.
That's true.
The thing is that I remember seeing like deals where if you already had like the inferior digital version of the game, like for example, well I won't call this inferior because I feel like that's a superior version, but if you had Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition, you would have like I think a 50% discount if you want to get Dark Souls 1 remastered, which a lot of people are not liking the remaster because they kind of the textures what made Dark Souls 1 awesome to begin with.
But the option
So
is there. That's the difference.
The option's there, and
Right.
you get a discount to get and stuff. So I wish they can do the same thing for other games too.
They did that with Darksiders 2 on Xbox. They released a Xbox Series version of it, and if you owned already the Xbox version or Xbox One version or something like that, they let you upgrade it for $10. I am all about that. I do not mind paying $10 because I know that stuff costs money to develop. I have no problem paying $10, but I do have a problem with paying $50 because that's just robbery. But anyway, I didn't mean to digress this into a big topic. We need to get back to the fun talk of staying up until 2 a.m. Getting our Switches. So
2 in the morning our time, like.
Oh yeah, that's right. So like 3 a.m. Yeah, 3 a.m. your time. 2 in the
No,
two
it
in
was
the
2 in the morning. Well, it was around. It was a little past 2 in the morning when I went to bed.
Yeah,
I think me and
same.
James stayed up
Eastern time.
longer than you.
No, he said bye when I ended the stream. It was about
that's true,
2:30. Yeah, 2:30 when I went to
Yeah,
bed.
you were streaming yourself trying to get the Switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was after 2. It was after 2 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. So, like you, Fan, I had my situation all set up. Like, what?
Yeah, no, I remember. I was reading the chat.
Yeah. I for like an hour before 11 o'clock Central, 12 o'clock Eastern. I came into my basement and I put all of my stuff up, my Mac, my iPad, my iPhone. I turned off iCloud Private Relay on everything. I made everything non-private browsers. I updated all my credit card information on all the sites. I logged in on everything. I turned auto lock off on all. I made it so auto lock would not turn on any of my devices. Just because I wanted to have the most seamless, best shot of getting all this into getting it, because obviously I really want it bad. And so, when the first kind of shot across the bow was when Wario tweeted, at like had to have been, I don't know, 11:59, 12:01 Eastern, that Walmart opened up their pre-orders, or they opened up that digital line, and I jumped in right away and I went into it. And it just kind of like chilled there for, God, I want to say 30 to 40 minutes. And it just still said that I was in line. And I'm like, okay, I have to be out of line by now. Like it's 30, 40 minutes later. And I just kept checking Target, and Target's website was melting down. It was like a explosion happened over there. Like their website just exploded. Where you'd go into checkout and you would choose your console, you go through it, and then it would be like, your address isn't correct. And I'd like, yes, it is. And I'd try to put it through, and it would say, there's an error, there's an error, there's an error. And I'd try to put it through again. I'd get error, error, error. And I just kept going. I changed the address to like my mom's address to try to make it go through, because I was like, maybe they have a problem with my address for some reason. Didn't go through, change it to my mom's name because she doesn't live here. And I just kept trying. And like Fan, I had one that went through, but then it got canceled immediately after it went through. And obviously that was very discouraging, because at that point I didn't have one yet. That was the first one that I thought went through. And then randomly I checked Walmart, and it said like, you have 8 minutes to buy the Switch 2. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this actually worked. So I went through and I got my Switch 2. And then I actually also bought a Pro controller and a camera. And I kept trying Target, still wouldn't work. Eventually at like 11:30, excuse me, 12:30, 12:40 my time, Best Buy finally went up, and I tried joining the line, but on my web browser, the line wouldn't pop up. Like the ability to join the line didn't pop up. I went into my mobile app, and then finally the option to join the line did pop up, and I joined the line on my iPad. And the web still wouldn't do it. And eventually, like, I don't know, 20 minutes later, the web finally did it. And I jumped into line on the web, and I was in line on the iPad, waited for like an hour and a half, 2 hours for both. And eventually it said it was sold out. So Best Buy ended up being totally non-tenable for me, which was surprising, because I've had really good luck with them, and I have Total Tech membership and everything. So I thought that it would pretty much be a shoo-in for me, but it wasn't. And then eventually, really later on that night, Wario tweeted that people all of a sudden were having luck at Target like right now. And so I jumped in, and it was kind of giving me that same problem where it kept saying it was error, error, error. And I finally just kept trying for like 10 minutes. And finally an order did go through. So I got one at Walmart. I got one at Target. And I'm constantly just checking it every day and making sure that nothing is getting canceled and no funny business is going on. And I ended up ordering a Pro controller from Target as well. And I'm gonna sell my one of my Switches to a friend of mine that didn't feel like he was like, I don't really want one or whatever. And then when I got two, he's like, oh, can I have that one? And it's like, you just didn't want to go through the hell of getting one, did you? It's like, I put in all the work, and you just want to have the fruits of my labors. And he made it kind of apparent that that's indeed kind of what happened. So I'm gonna sell him my extra one, and I'll have mine. At this point, I'll tell you this, I feel a lot better knowing I have two in the bank, rather than if I just had Walmart or just had Target. Like, just the fact that I know I have two as a safety valve feels good. And then last night I was up really late, because I was driving my girlfriend to the airport at 3 a.m. my time. And after I dropped her off, I went by my GameStop in my city, and I didn't see there's nobody in front of the store at like 4 a.m. I'm like, what the heck? Where is everybody? I looked in the parking lot, and there were like 4 or 5 cars with people like in them watching YouTube videos and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so they're here chilling. They're just not outside because it's like 40 degrees out. So I was tempted to chill there, but I'm like, I really don't want to wait here for 5 hours for the store to open. If it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, I probably would have done it. But at that point, I didn't have any sleep. So I'm like, I'm just going to go home and stick with what I got. And then I got up in the morning today and I tried to get one from GameStop, but their website was exploding as well, and that really didn't get me anywhere. And that was pretty much my experience. But I'm covered. I got my Switch from Walmart and Target, and I'm very thankful that I got one because for a minute there I was pretty convinced I wasn't going to get one and I was going to have to buy one off of somebody, and that would have really irritated me just because I kind of pride myself on getting these kinds of things and being quick and all that. And it's like I was telling James in his stream that doing these midnight releases and stuff gives you kind of a high. It's very intense. It's very adrenaline based, where it's like when these go up, you know you're against like a million other people to get this, and you have to act quickly. You have to click the right buttons and do the right websites and do the right stores and make sure all your stuff is updated and be in the right place at the right time. And there's a certain amount of satisfaction from that. And when you get it, it feels really great because you know there's some people that couldn't. But yeah, that was my experience. It's not worth the anxiety. I wish it was just. It kind of blows my mind in 2025 they haven't come up with a better way of doing this kind of a thing and instead let websites blow up. Like that just kind of is insane to me that they haven't come up with a better method. But yeah, I'm just glad I got one. When I was staying up with James and Fan, you guys were trying to snag one for me from Best Buy and stuff, and I appreciated that. And I'm just glad we kind of all worked together, and all four of us are going to have Switches. I'm looking forward to all of us getting the camera. We're going to do some Mario Party Jamboree and balance Goombas on our heads. It'll be great, compelling content, and away we go to Switch 2 in 6 weeks or whatever it is.
David, you guys bought the camera.
Oh, I haven't bought the camera yet.
Yeah, I'm buying the camera. I bought the camera.
So if you need one,
I want to test this out first. That's gonna be part of my video. See if
that's the reason because if you have like a leftover camera and stuff,
I don't have one.
And if it's not USB-C, you can just use like an adapter. Go from USB-C to regular USB and plug any webcam you want in there. So
I'm gonna test it
I don't
out
have a
first
webcam,
so
yeah.
So,
I'm using my phone. I don't think the iPhone's compatible with the Switch, which would be awesome if it was.
Wait, use your phone?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I don't think. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I'm using my iPhone.
Do you have that thing hooked up to your mic directly or something like that?
Continuity camera. So you can use your phone as a source, as a video source for your Mac. It's built in to the OS.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I see what you mean. I didn't know that.
That's why my cool. camera looks so great.
Is it the rear camera?
What was that?
Is it the rear camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
David says he decided to check GameStop at 10:30 and there was only 15 people in line at the time. They had 35 bundles and 12 core consoles. Man, only 15
That's
people.
Crazy. I can't believe how easy it was.
Yeah, I think it's because everyone was assuming I think it's because everyone was assuming like physical stores, so we're going to get a lot, and they're all going to like push like online.
Yeah,
maybe that's what I was thinking.
Well, because it was
like Black Friday
tweet that was like GameStop is only getting 10 of each console or whatever. Each store is only getting 10. So in my head, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people were like, "Yeah, we're not even going to try GameStop." But yeah,
and I wonder if that's why Best Buy's was delayed getting their website up and running, because like I think everybody was trying to get it at Best Buy.
Mm-hmm. I think they do that all the time, though. I want to say with the Xbox Series X, they did the same thing. They delayed it, and then they went on a little bit after they said they were, probably to just catch like scalpers off guard. Because if they have bots set up maybe for a specific time, it kind of throws them off. Which it worked.
All I did, but like all I did was call like the closest GameStop near me and ask them, "Hey, how many you got?" And they're like, "Hey, yeah, we got this many," and like. I play the waiting game. Like I was like, I didn't want to like, go through the hassle and trying to like fight other humans and bots online, and want to do the old fashioned way and see what happens, So it's, and listen, I feel like the old fashioned ways as always work. Like, why fix something that's not even broken, right? It worked well for me. I wasn't even scared at all. If anything, the only thing I was worried about is if I couldn't get the bundle. If not, then I would I have to sell with the console. But I got the bundle, and it was pretty easy for my side of anything. And then I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, for me, I'm the only one here that got it from Best Buy, which was funny because I was waiting for Best Buy, and I was like, I'm only gonna do Best Buy, And then I remember Fan talking about going to Target, and then he got the email saying it got canceled, and then other people in the chat were saying that they got it canceled too. And then I went ahead and kept refreshing, and then decided to go ahead and check Warriors 64, and then he said that Best Buy wasn't up. No, it's not up. So I was like, well, let me just keep refreshing. So I just kept refreshing over and over. I had two windows side by side, just refresh, and then my phone as well. And finally, out of one refresh, I said it out loud. I was like, oh, it's up. And I went ahead, got in line. My wife got in line on her iPad and her phone, and then I got in line on both my Windows and then on the iPhone on the app. And then I had to wait. I forgot how long, and then eventually I got in, and that was nice. With the controller though, I was there forever. I was there a lot longer to pre-order the controller than to pre-order the console, which was
Just it was
funny.
easier to get the controller later in the morning.
Yeah, a lot of it's still available now too. I should have just
Oh,
waited.
yeah.
But what it is right when I went
You
to go
didn't
to
know at the
sleep.
time though.
Yeah.
No, I did
no
it,
one knew.
and right when I went to go to sleep, I was just gonna exit. I was like, oh, forget this. It popped up, and I got into the room to do the controller. So I went ahead and I got the controller as well, which I may or may not cancel. I'll tell you guys exactly why after the stream. So I gotta really debate on it.
Wait, I missed that. Would you say about what got canceled?
No, I say I may or may not cancel the controller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, gotta think about it. See,
Is
Johnny
there like a better option?
I'll tell you guys after stream. Johnny says I
Okay.
tried on Walmart app at 12 a.m. I couldn't get one. I fell asleep. Woke up at 1 a.m. Try again and finally got one. Nice. Yeah, Walmart was actually up for quite a bit. Like I was seeing till like maybe 4 or 5 in the morning that Walmart still had it available. My fear with Walmart, I've said that before. I don't mean to scare you, well, both of you guys, is that I've seen it in the past where they overpromise on pre-orders and then they start canceling a bunch of orders. And that's why I didn't want to go Walmart. I was willing to give Target a try, but then I was just like, let me do Best Buy. I've always pre-ordered my consoles through Best Buy, with the exception of the PS5, which I did through Sony directly. And I was like, no, I'll give Best Buy a chance here. Then, no, it worked out. It worked out. I do want to go back to an earlier topic we were talking about the SD cards and like the size of games. So Mario Kart World itself is 23.4 gigs. The update to Breath of the Wild is 10 gigs. The update to Tears of the Kingdom is 5 gigs. So, and then you got to factor in, I'm assuming you just factor in whatever the game is plus that amount. It might be even more than that, because when you go to the game, it doesn't tell you the whole amount, which is kind of weird. Donkey Kong Bonanza is 10 gigs. Right? So there's that.
So low.
Yeah, I was surprised with Bonanza. The Mario Party update is 7.7 gigs, so basically 8 gigabytes. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is 11 gigs. Right? And then let's say I'm just throwing like Street Fighter 6. I'm gonna be getting Street Fighter 6. Oh, they don't have the amount for that yet. But that kind of puts you into perspective on where a lot of those games are. I think 256 gigabyte will go ahead and get utilized pretty quick, especially if you add something like Fortnite in it. If you decide to play Fortnite, yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and before we end the stream, let's talk about the game key cards. Do we think that this is the end of the physical era with game key cards? Because we see in Japan that a lot of them are basically a lot of like game publishers.
I hear Switch going on right now.
Yeah, that's me. My bad.
That's fan.
We see that a lot of publishers are opting in for game key cards versus actual cards. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think so.
Like physical being done, like, and this is like the final final straw. Like Nintendo first party games might be the only physical games, and after that, that's it. No more
Even
physical.
the Nintendo, I feel like they're gonna move into that direction too.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, it didn't start with Nintendo. It actually started back in like in the PS4 and Xbox One era. I feel right. So, it's just it's going to eventually get to that because business wise, it's way more cheaper for them to just give you the game digitally rather than physically.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah.
anything, I'm still shocked the fact that CD Projekt Red actually went through to actually get a 64 gigabyte cartridge and put the whole thing into that.
That's so
I mean,
cool.
I thought that was
Yeah.
I was like, oh, holy
They,
crap!
they did the same thing with The
insane.
Witcher. If you remember when The Witcher 3 came out on Switch,
Yeah.
they put the whole game on the cart rather than do a download code as well. And
Yeah,
and it made a statement
yeah,
because a lot of people were at that time were opting in for the digital codes, and they went in and put the whole game in the cart.
yeah, and like I feel I use that and compare that to the Bravely Default remaster, which was only 11 gigs, but they still opted for a game key card.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what you think, it's going to cost them less to provide a digital version of the game rather than a physical version.
Yeah.
So, you know, with that comparison, I feel like it's gonna. I feel like this is like the beginning of the end of like this physical media as we know it. You know.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, when you look at it, Xbox is kind of already pushed that way. The newer Series X is all digital, right? PS5, it's they sell you the PS5 Pro, but then the disc is an attachment, right? So like you don't get the PS5 Pro with the disc like in there. It's an attachment you're adding to that because I think they're slowly pushing to that, and it sucks. But
Yep.
I like physical collections because they last. Like if I want to go back and play, like I have Phantom Hour or Spirit Tracks right here. I have
Oh man, vintage.
yeah, exactly. I have Phantom Hourglass like right here, and it's nice that I can just pop this into my 3DS and play it. Right, I don't have to worry about if the Nintendo eShop is open or anything like that. I can just pop it in. Now, Brian has said previously that in the digital infrastructure we have now is probably a lot better than back then, so those games should technically be available. But it's nice to have this, like also like what if I don't have the hardware? There's ways around to play this and plug it into my PC using an emulator, right? Stuff like that. I've seen I think it's I think it's the Xbox 360 emulator. Zemu allows you to play your 360 games just by popping in the disc to a disc drive, and it'll run off of your physical 360 game, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
And like,
What's
I
go
can
ahead.
I can. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying like I kind of understand how the infrastructures are like improved a lot better when it comes to maintaining digital copies of games. But the thing is, those things will fail. They have outages. They happen.
Mhm.
And like this is coming from a guy that works with a SaaS company that provides everything on the cloud. And if an outage happens, it's going to affect everybody, depending on which region that they're in. But it's going to happen. And that's now at that point, the company has a responsibility and accountability to maintain those servers so that way they can ensure that availability is reaching at a 99% and satisfying all customers because there's cost to that at that point, right? So that's why I feel like physical will be a way better solution in my opinion because you don't have to maintain those servers to keep those games in line, you know? So
Well, if we're
that's
talking
my opinion.
specifically about discs, I feel like your disc drive on your PS5 and Xbox are going to break before Microsoft and Sony cease to be a company that can't provide backups of
Mhm.
your purchased digital games. So I feel, and then if you lose your game, like if it gets stolen or how your house burns down or something, like that's it. So again, I really feel like from a principal perspective, I can appreciate having a hard copy of a game. It looks good on a shelf. It's a really cool thing. Like I think it's really awesome that CD Projekt Red released Cyberpunk and put the whole game on the cart. Like I think that's a really cool thing, like in principle. But again, I just go back to what James was saying, and it's something I go back to often, that it's just the ecosystems that we're in now from a digital perspective just aren't the same as they were 10 years ago. So
But
I'm
then
not
you
worried
can't get
about it.
things like this with digital.
That's true. Like I said, that's that shelf thing. Like I think that stuff does look really cool on a shelf for sure.
Like,
You know how many
that's
times I missed out on limited editions and stuff because like I know the games
Well,
come to
the
PC, so I just buy
limited
for Steam.
limited edition and collector's edition, they're starting to not include the physical game with them
Yeah,
anymore.
that's so
Mhm.
crazy to me.
Like Ghost of Yotai is a perfect example. They announced
Well,
the
you gotta show
collector's
this.
edition is going to have a digital version of the game. It's just a code to download, but it'll have like a bunch of stuff that comes with it. You know, like books, like figurines,
Figures, yeah.
it will, like probably a
I
case.
won't be
but
able to
it'll
do
be
this and just show you
a
this.
game. You know,
You have to show us your Steam Deck screen.
Yeah, exactly. Show you my library on Steam Deck.
and I think
I
they
saw
do
some-
that because
surprising.
because for James' situation, for example, he has a digital PS5, right? If you bought a collector's edition, came with a physical game, like you're SOL. You can't play it.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's all
just
my
turn
fault,
around.
Wants to
guys. I'm sorry.
unless he wants to buy the $80 disc for the PS5, I guess. But yeah.
Well, I have the OG PS5, so that
He has
doesn't
the
even
OG
work with it.
PS5.
Oh yeah, it only works for the PS5 Pro. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
or
use
the
my
or
PS5
the
right now as a
revisions,
table
the
right here.
slims.
Slim.
Yeah, it's man. I mean, it's sad to see it, but also like I'm torn because I love the convenience of digital. Like when I went and bought what's it called, Mario Luigi Brothership, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, or I'm sorry, Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe, and Mario versus Donkey Kong. I was kind of torn. Like, do I really want these physical or do I want them like digital? Because I like the ability to go ahead and just choose a game and play. That's it. I don't have to worry about popping in the cart. That's something that like I got Tears of the Kingdom digital, not because I wanted it digital, but more because I can game share with my son. So like while my son's playing, I could also play. And then I did buy a physical copy as well for my other son to play. So I did get it that way. But like I probably would have gotten it physical if I didn't have to worry about that stuff. Not having
Does the
Mario
physical
Kart.
have the whole game on the cart?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
It
all
does, okay.
Nintendo games they put the whole game on the cart, which is nice.
Okay.
Yeah, any game that was not like on the cart, I wouldn't buy physical because there's no point in doing
Gotcha.
that.
Right.
I think there was a game that the initial release had the whole game on the cart, and then after that they switched over to just being a code, which was stupid. It's like, what's the point of just having have it in store shelves then?
Right.
But we'll have to wait and see. I did say this was the last topic, but I want to know real quick: are there any games you're thinking of getting on the Switch that you know that's coming?
Oh, I already ordered.
You
a
mean
bunch of
Switch
games.
2?
Switch 2, yeah.
Yeah, I already ordered a bunch of games.
Which games did you order?
I ordered Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Mhm.
I ordered Street Fighter 6. I ordered Kirby Forgotten Lands with the DLC. And then I did one more. I can't
Bravely
remember
Default?
what was. No, I don't think I
Yakuza
did
0?
Bravely Default.
Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
That was
Oh,
the other
nice.
one.
nice.
Yeah.
already bought 4
Let us
games.
know let us know the performance on Cyberpunk because I'm
Well,
curious.
It's supposed to be pretty good.
because I have it. I
Yeah,
have it on
especially-
Steam, so like I can kind of see the difference now.
Yeah,
I can-
because like I think it'll be cool to see like how much better it will be once it comes out because with a 7-week build they managed to get 45 frames out of it, which is crazy. So
Yeah. Gabe
Which is
Gaming
pretty
says he was
decent.
only able to get his at a GameStop because they live in a small town with a GameStop. Yeah, usually small
Hey,
towns
if you got one, who cares?
they have pros and cons, and the pros is usually there's inventory, which is always good. I hate Windows. Sorry. What about you, Brian? Any games you're thinking of picking up on the Switch?
One thing I did want to mention before I answer that is I saw
Mhm.
something on Twitter today that reminded me of Fan. Did you guys see that leaked? I think it's leaked. That leaked spec about that camera that pops on the top of the Switch that Nintendo's doing. That it's like it goes through the USB. Did you see in portable mode? Did you guys see that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, and it made me think of Fan because the thing you guys are always talking about is that second screen thing popping from
yeah.
the top of the USB,
Mhm.
and this was a camera, and I'm like, so close to what you guys are
Mhm.
dreaming about. But yeah, there's a schematic that shows that it looks like they're actually. I'm pretty sure it's a leaked product. It is coming out. It's a camera that pops on the top of the Switch too.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Zoom
yeah,
second
Yeah, I
screen.
see it here. Yeah, it's from
you see it?
Pori. Yeah, it comes with the stand, and then it comes with an option where you can just stick it on top of the Switch. Huh.
It's so funny. But to answer your question about what I'm going to get on Switch 2, so a lot of it is really going to hinge on what the situation is that we were talking about earlier with the upgrade paths and stuff. Because if it's going to go the Sega way, where I'm expected to buy all this stuff again, I'm pretty much exclusively, like I mentioned before, going to stick to exclusive Nintendo stuff, unless it's like Final Fantasy 13 trilogy gets released on Switch. I'll buy it because I own all the other Final Fantasies on Switch, so I'll that's fine. Or if like they
Final Fantasy
release,
16.
yeah, sure, I'll buy it. I'll buy, I'm gonna buy Remake too, probably eventually too,
I will.
because I don't own it on Switch. But I'm not gonna buy it full price though. I'm gonna get it on sale, like whenever they do a sale on it. I'm not buying that at full price. So just examples like that, I'll stick to it. Like Final Fantasy, if they release another Mega Man, if they did like Devil May Cry on Switch, I'll probably buy it. The Resident Evil games, Kingdom Hearts, maybe even, especially for those people. I don't own it, but I wonder if they ever brought Kingdom Hearts to Switch, if the people that bought that cloud version are expected to spend another $50 or whatever to get all those games
Probably.
non-cloud. If man,
No Square Enix.
that would just be
yeah.
so crappy to do that. And same thing with those Resident Evil games that are cloud, and like Control, I think has a cloud version on Switch, and there's probably more of those cloud versions, but I really hope Nintendo does right by the cloud people. But anyway, what I'm most excited about with my Switch too, it's kind of funny because I can't really think of another console I've ever owned that I feel this way, but I really want to play Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Echoes of Wisdom, Link's Awakening, all with rock solid frame rates and like enhanced visuals. You know, because I never finished Tears of the Kingdom, so I deleted it off my Switch the other day because I'm like, I'm not going back to that game until I get it on Switch too, because I want to play it with 60 frames, obviously.
That's me too. That's me too.
Yeah.
With Xenoblade Chronicles X and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 right now.
Yeah, so I hope they release patches for those to make them run better as well. Because I started Xenoblade Chronicles, and I really enjoyed it. It's just another game that's kind of gone in my backlog as other things have come up. So that's what I'm most looking forward to, because it's a shame how Link's Awakening runs on Switch, because that is such a definitive version of that game in every category, from the art style to the music remixes and everything about it. It's pretty much perfect, except when you get to those city parts, or not city, but like when there's a bunch of grass and there's like a couple houses and a couple NPCs, the frame rate just crawls, and it's even worse in Echoes of Wisdom. So I really hope that they clean that up with those Switch 2 versions, because if that's the case, that's what I'm looking most forward to. But obviously I'm really looking forward to Mario Kart World. Looks great. I'm a little disappointed they took away the zero grav, because I always thought that was such a dynamic part of racing in those games, where you could like bounce off people when you're doing zero gravity. Like I thought that was kind of a fun element, but they took it out apparently. I am looking forward to Mario Kart. I mean, it's Mario Kart. I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be dynamic. It's gonna be a great party game. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'd say most of all, might be the hardware aspect. Like, yeah, I'm not thrilled that it's on OLED, but apparently from every source that I've read, this LCD is supposed to rock. It is supposed to be a really, really good LCD. And if that's the case, I have OLED television, so if I have to have an LCD in portable mode, it is what it is, and then I can just hook it up to my to the dock to have it OLED on my big screen. But the thing I'm really curious about is how those joysticks feel, because as I've mentioned multiple times, I despise how the joysticks feel. The ergonomics of the Switch are well known to be garbage, which is why Hori has the Split Pad Pro thing, which I own too, but it doesn't have rumble. It doesn't have what do you call it? The tilt gyro. Yeah, it doesn't have that either. So that's kind of why that's a bummer. So based on what you're seeing though, it looks a little bit more beefy, so maybe it's a little more comfortable to hold. But it's so funny, if you look at the Switch, like I'm looking at my Switch right now, and it definitely looks like something from 2017. It really does. It's a nice piece of hardware in a way, but it does kind of feel dated at this point. It just feels kind of rickety. I can't really explain it. Like the screen still looks gorgeous, but the hardware just seems kind of rickety. Like if you look at the top of the Switch, when you have Joy-Cons on it, it does this thing where if you're looking at the top of it, there's a hole in between the screen and where the Joy-Cons connect on the top. So it's like this. You know, it's like it like dips and then it dips again, and it just looks kind of janky. And so I really like how the Switch 2 really streamlines everything, and the accents of the colors look really nice, like that blue and that red, pink, or whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to getting.
What are you, Ash? What games are you looking forward to getting for the Switch 2?
New Fire Emblem that's going to be coming out. I'm pretty sure it's going to come out sooner or later. So there's that. New Mario game, of course, even though they haven't announced it yet. That's coming out. I know that. And then, if anything, I'm more similar to Bryant when it comes to like looking forward to like playing like improved, playing like older Switch games with improved patches and stuff. Because like I'm just looking forward to just going back to Xenoblade again with better frame rates and resolution, and the fact that I don't have to emulate it to get a better experience. Perfect. Let's put it all on just Switch 2, have some fun, hopefully play the game up to 4K. Who knows? We don't know yet. But like, but yeah. Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'll look through the game again. It looks fun.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Absolutely.
I'm not super sold on it just yet. I'm not too sure. Even the GameStop employee asked me if I want to put some money down for Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I'm like, I'm just not feeling it yet. I probably need to see more footage of that, I guess. But I know it's hella destruction. It kind of reminds me of what do I call it? It's like a mixture of it kind of reminds me of Rampage. You guys ever play Rampage before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a mixture of Rampage, but when it comes to the physics of destruction, it kind of like grabs some elements from Red Faction Guerrilla. Have you guys ever played that before?
Yep.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. So
The
it's like you
remastered
smash
edition.
those two, remastered edition. So you smash those two together. I'm like, oh, Donkey Kong Bonanza. I like that. That's pretty cool. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I might pick it up. Who knows? But definitely looking forward to that new Fire Emblem game that's coming out.
Oh, and
Mario
Metroid
game.
Prime too. I forgot to mention that. Of course, I look forward to Metroid Prime.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I haven't even finished it. I haven't even finished the first Metroid Prime game yet. If anything, I might just replay those games on the Switch 2 when that comes out. Because, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
Well,
Metroid
only
Prime
the first one
Remastered.
is on Switch.
That's the only one that came out. Did they ever release like the OG trilogy on the Switch?
No.
Maybe?
No,
Oh,
I'm hoping
missed
they
opportunities.
I'm hoping they do a shadow drop because they're supposed to have like other like directs, coming up.
I think
before the
I think
actual,
they
like,
said there's one more right
one
before the
more,
Switch
yeah.
launches. I think that was rumored. I don't know if that's exact.
I mean, they better. Like, come on. Like, they gotta step up their game. Like, if they don't want to remaster it, fine. Freaking release the Wii version of it. Like, do something.
You can't
Like,
release the Wii version because the controls are completely different. They have to rejank the whole thing for Switch.
Well,
Mhm.
they
For
Controls.
2, they
gotta
wouldn't
do
have to.
something.
For 3, they would.
Yeah, for 2 they would, but for
they gotta do something, man. Because
Yeah.
like Metroid Prime 4, we already got a release date for that, don't we?
Nope, just 2025.
we just know it's come out this
2025.
year.
Okay, fine. If they can just slot that game like for holiday, and then in the middle they can just release 2
Drop
and
2 and 3.
remaster before
Yeah.
4.
That'd be great.
Perfect.
That's what I'm hoping
Now we
for
don't have
them
to
to do,
complain
the shadow
about
drop.
that.
Likewise.
So
That'd be nice.
yeah, so
Anyway, what's up, Pharaoh?
yeah.
I mean, I have the trilogy on
Oh,
my
fair.
Wii U, so I mean, if I wanted to, I could play.
Yeah, I
2
do
and 3,
too.
But
Yeah, me
You
too.
know.
I want it on Switch though. I
Yeah.
don't want to hook up my Wii U and play it.
No, it'd be nice to
Yeah,
have like
yeah.
updated modern controls, right? Especially for
Right.
3, because Corruption was all motion
It
controls.
was all
and-
motion.
Yeah, I would like to just play with just
I'm really
controls.
I'm really curious about that mouse thing, that thing that they keep like blabbing about for the Joy-Con. I really want to try that out.
I heard it's not very
Me too.
ergonomic, which doesn't surprise me because it's like you're holding I don't know, what do you even compare it to? Like a knife in your hand, like a dull knife.
I mean,
Okay.
if you
fair.
put your Joy-Con on the side, you pretty much know how it's going to feel, except it's going to be a little
yeah,
bit
that's
bigger.
true.
Like
That's
I
true.
did it, not to me,
You
it
know-
wasn't that bad.
It would be cool of them if they allow you to like connect like a third-party mouse to your Switch and use that instead, But I highly doubt
And
that.
now we're getting crazy. No way
Yeah.
Nintendo's going to do that.
It would get crazy.
Yeah,
Come on.
That won't work because the way Prime 4 works is that you can seamlessly switch between mouse and
Hmm.
Oh,
analog.
cool.
Like,
yeah, I forgot
they
about
let
that.
you do
yeah.
it. So like, I don't think they'll have that unless like, unless a third party comes out with a freaking controller like the Legion
Ori?
Go.
I mean,
Mm.
there's that
Or it's
Logitech
what-
control or mouse that's already looks like a freaking controller sideways. I forget what they
Yeah,
call
the
it. But
MX.
not the M.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
it's like
MX Master?
you hold it like this, basically, like this. This is how you
Oh, I
hold
know what you're
it.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have an MX
I think
that's
a
like
coworker-
ergonomic, where like
Yeah.
it rotates your hand a little bit.
I think it's called like the
But, like,
link.
they-
Yeah, I think a co-
Yeah.
I
But,
think so. I think
so-
a coworker of mine has one like that.
Or
Yeah, I
it could
think
come out with like a Legion Go inspired like Joy-Con where it's still vertical, like you know,
Yeah.
vertically.
True.
So. Mm. Makes sense.
So for me, the games I'm definitely looking forward to is Donkey Kong Bonanza, of course. I'll get that day one. But day one of
Likewise.
actual release, I'm more than likely getting. Well, I am getting Bravely Default. That is for sure. I am more than likely getting Street Fighter 6. Like I'm set on that. I'm debating on Cyberpunk. I've never played it, but I kind of just want to get it just to see how it runs. And also see if I can get into the game. And then that's it, because everything else would probably be upgrades, if I remember correctly. I don't know of any other games that are coming around launch time. Because
It'd be fun to have a Mario Kart stream with us, all of us. It'd be fun.
Oh yeah, well I'm planning on doing a long stream the day of to kind of like go ahead and
I'm off that
play
day,
around
so I
with
could
it.
join you for sure.
Yeah,
I already have.
Yeah,
I have that
already put in
the
my PTO for those days too.
and 6
Perfect.
off. So that
We'll
Thursday,
do some
Friday, I
stuff.
have off.
yeah. So we can do some Mario Kart and stuff like that. But yeah, Mario Kart, of course, comes with the bundle. I already have Kirby in the Forgotten Land, so like, of course, I'll pay for the upgrade. Of course, I have
Game's
Breath
so
of the Wild,
good.
Tears of the
Yes.
Kingdom. We have Mario Party
Yeah.
Jamboree, so I'll pay for the upgrade for that as well.
Get the
Uh,
camera.
Game.
Well, like I said,
Or-
I'm gonna
or
test
you
this
have
out
camera
first.
already.
Forgot
Yeah,
about that game.
You're testing
as long
out,
as
yeah.
this
Kirby Air
works, I'll be
Riders.
good.
Okay.
Oh, Kirby Air Riders. That's the game I forgot to mention. Yeah, I'm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was your big one too. But that one's probably. I wonder if is that coming this year or is it next year?
No, there's
from
no.
what it looks
I don't
like,
think there's a release
probably
date.
next year.
There's no release. They've only like showed like a
Okay.
snippet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Probably next
yeah. They
year.
haven't seen release date, but I'm predicting next year because like they just like slapped like a trailer, but they didn't say
Yeah,
no release
it was
date
nothing.
whatsoever. So I'm thinking 2026.
So
Yeah,
Farrell
you're probably
says
right.
took 2 hours to get 3 sets. I had the same issues you described. To get 3 sets of switches. What are you doing with all
Oh,
those
good for them.
switches? See what else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, the main thing, and this is dumb, but the main game I will be playing day one, you will see me playing this, is Wind Waker.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say the instruction manual game. What's
Oh,
it called
no.
again?
I even forgot. Like I even forgot in my video. I didn't even mention it
MLS.
in my video. I was like, it's the instruction manual
What is
game.
it,
That's
Fan?
what I
Did you say
called
it?
it.
No, it's just an instruction game.
No, I know, but there's a name for it.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a name for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy it. I'm just gonna be honest because I wanna. It looks cute. I'm part of the problem, I
Well,
guess.
the thing
They
that
should
got
have
me
it
is
for
like
free,
I'm a
though.
sucker for like
A
golf
welcome
games.
tour?
Welcome tour.
Or is
I'll
it
look it
for
up.
like the tour? Yeah, welcome. Yeah, it's welcome tour.
Well, I'm a sucker for like golf games, not like real
Mhm.
golf, but like miniature golf type
Arcade games.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
the
had like
Hot
a little
Shots.
golf thing there. Yeah.
Don't
It
they
is
have
welcome
the
tour.
new Hot Shots is coming out?
Mm-hmm.
There's a new Hot
Yeah,
Shots game.
There is that.
Is it Everybody Golf or something?
Yeah, everybody's golf. Yep. But yeah, Wind Waker, of course, playing that on GameCube. That's another thing I'm trying to get.
version.
Yeah, it's not the HD version, but I'll play it anyways. Soul Calibur 2,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
Oh yeah, Link.
Yep. So excited to go through Soul Calibur 2 again. Like even though I am at the end of like Link's there's like a story mode, I forget what it's called, where you play as Link and you go through and they have like a little story. Pretty cool. There's like different battles you have to do, like, you know, if you touch the fence, it blows up on you. You're poisoned, so you take damage as you fight. A lot of cool different ways to do like the fights. I'll go through all of that again because I love Soul Calibur 2. It's one of my favorites. Surprisingly, Soul Calibur 3 beats it because I like Soul Calibur 3's like, I don't know what you want to call it, like campaign mode, I guess you can call it. It's really, really cool. And then of course, you know, Fire Emblem's coming to it later on, so I'm excited to play
F-Zero
Path of
GX will be there
Radiance.
day one.
Yeah, but I don't
Just
know.
saying.
Yeah, I like F-Zero on Super Nintendo. Like I was playing F-Zero 99 and I'm like, you know what? I think this is all I need. Like I really don't need a modern F-Zero game, in my opinion. That's just me though.
I just was thinking about you're saying how you like Soul Calibur 3's campaign. I was like, you mean Soul Calibur 3's Subspace Emissary? That's what I had in my head.
Subspace Emissary is also really good. Man, eventually well, actually, there's no freaking Smash Bros on any of them. Like, we don't have Smash 64. We're probably not gonna get Smash Melee on
Nope.
because if Melee does come on GameCube, then on GameCube for NSL, that'd be crazy, honestly. But yeah, we probably won't get that on there either. Sucks. Oh well. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Switch 2. Hopefully, there's another direct sooner rather than later that kind of announces more games. Like, I want a release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake because I will get that. I want the announcement for Rebirth because I do believe Nate the Hate where he says that Remake will come out this year and then Rebirth comes out next year for the Switch 2, and I will buy both. And I will play Rebirth because Rebirth on PC, I've been having actually issues with it lately, mainly because the updates are just being very annoying. But yeah,
What updates have been annoying?
Rebirth on PC, like
Oh, for
the
your
update
handhelds.
yesterday, it took like 3 hours. The download was quick, but the patching for whatever reason took like 3 hours. I don't know why.
Wow.
And it's just annoying. It just makes me not want to touch the game.
One
Yeah.
final note I think we should mention before we log off for the night that I think it's just so important to bring attention to. All the people that were complaining about the price of this thing, all of them talking about going to Nintendo stream and harassing them, lower the price, all the clickbait articles, all the YouTubers making all these videos, all the rage, all of it worthless. Nothing means absolutely less than nothing because the thing is sold out everywhere. Everybody wants one. They're going to sell like nothing else. They're gonna sell like between I think I read 6 to 8 million of these things within the first year. All that talk just fully reinforces kind of the stuff that all of us were kind of talking about when that price got announced. That we all kind of were in agreement with that. It's these people. No,
Yeah, 460 is not bad.
No.
I think they're gonna sell more than that in less than a year because they said the president said that in Japan they've got 2.2 million
alone.
pre-orders.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like
maybe I read 6 to 8 million
this
at
might
launch.
be-
Maybe that's what I was read.
This might be like their third best console sold ever. Probably will be.
yeah, because they still haven't beat the DS yet.
Yeah,
The DS
the
is
DS
still
is
And
number
number
one.
we sold like crazy.
Well, I think they beat the Wii. I
Yeah,
believe.
I think the Switch did beat Wii numbers.
Yeah, because I think Wii
Okay.
was
That's
like
only because,
102 million, and then the Switch is I think 120 something, and the DS is like 130 something, if I remember correctly. Yeah, no, like I agree. Like when you look at that, all these people were complaining about the
Incessantly.
Switch 2, saying it's not gonna sell. Like there's a friend of mine that was also saying the same thing. He's like, yeah, it's not gonna sell. It's gonna be a what's the word I'm looking for?
A bust.
Yeah, a bust,
A flop?
basically. Yeah, it's gonna be a flop. That's the word I was looking for. Like, it's gonna be a flop. Nobody's gonna buy it. It's not gonna repeat what they did with the original Switch. And I think as long as they keep this momentum and they start releasing games and do what they did in the Switch era, where pretty much every month was a Nintendo first party game or a Nintendo second party game, they can continue this momentum. Because when you really look at the Switch, they really did ride first party, and then we had third party that kind of filled in the gaps. But a lot of it was exclusive games that filled their stuff. Every month they had a exclusive game for years since the Switch launch, which was crazy. So I can see them, if they can continue that momentum, they can do that. And they already have it. June, Mario Kart World. July, we have Donkey Kong Bonanza. August, I believe, is the update for Mario Party Jamboree, which maybe, yeah, it doesn't count, but I guess they're counting that. September, I think, is Kirby. Let me double check.
Metroid's going to be. Wait, did they? I don't think they announced a release date for Kirby.
No,
Or
they
are you
haven't-
talking about Forgotten Land?
Forgotten Lands, the update. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Metroid will be some point.
Oh yeah, Kirby. I'm sorry, Kirby's August. July is
Isn't
also
Jamboree sooner?
Yeah, Jamboree is also July.
Okay.
Yeah, so looking on here, June we have Mario Kart
Several
World. July is Bonanza.
Demon X Machina, Demon X Machina.
Is that exclusive though? Or is that a timed exclusive?
I don't. It's not exclusive, no, but it comes out in September.
Okay. Yeah, August we have Kirby and the Forgotten Land is August. And then I guess that's really it when it comes to first party games. Yeah, that's it when it comes to first party games. Oh, look, Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remaster. It's 20% off right now for the Switch 2. $40.
Oh, nice. Oh, I might just use that credit for that. Honestly.
Yeah, the sale ends. It's digital only. Sale ends
Damn.
June 4th. So
That's on the eShop.
on the eShop, yeah.
Gotcha.
So that's actually not bad because I think that's the same price of the Switch 1 version, right? Or is it $50 for the Switch 1 version? Do you know?
I don't know.
So wait, so Suikoden, are they? Is that they have a Switch 2 version for that too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do.
Oh,
That's also
damn.
one
Okay.
that we don't know if there's an upgrade path for this either.
Damn, Jesus Christ.
Does
so
anybody
crazy.
have Suikoden on Switch?
No.
'Cause if you-
no, I don't.
Because if you go to Nintendo's
Does it let you
website,
buy it?
yeah, it shows you. Like for example, when I right away it shows Breath of the Wild, it shows $10 for me because I'm logged in. So that's how much I have to pay for on there. Where Tears of the Kingdom also shows $10.
Wait, it's letting you upgrade now? It's letting you upgrade your Zeldas already?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, I
can
didn't know that.
purchase the upgrade right now.
Oh, cool.
What's it called? Yeah, same thing with Jamboree showing up $20. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands also showing up $20. Yeah, so all those are already on the eShop. I was trying to see like if anybody has Suikoden, would do the same thing for that game. Let's see. Farrell says local or no, my third unit was from Best Buy. The others were from Target and Walmart. Yeah, everybody
Jesus,
got
one from
Target and
each
Walmart.
retailer. Jeez.
Damn, bro got all three. No difficulties.
Mhm. But yeah, I'm excited for the Switch 2. Can't wait to see how everything turns out. And with that, we'll end it here. Appreciate everybody for joining. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow over on Twitch if you're on Twitch. We'll be back tomorrow with me and Bryant doing some Split Fiction. Be playing some of that and continuing our playthrough of that. Another really good game. And then, of course, next week we'll be back on Wednesday, where I have yet to decide what game I'm gonna play. Yesterday was just because I was playing random games because of Switch. I might continue Paper Mario. We'll see what happens there. And of course, we'll have another video out next week. Ash, where can I catch you at?
You can catch me at Ash Destroy 'em on YouTube. So
What about you, Fan?
You can catch me at Phaneckswhy on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter X, Blue Sky.
What about you, Bryant?
Red So Deep on Blue Sky.
And as always, you can catch me right here at the Random Encounter. Catch you guys next time. Take care.